And welcome back, agents, to the Sunshine Cup. My name is Nightera, the guy who sees the action, and beside me, we've got Sorry, who knows the nuance of the game. And today, beautiful match. Thank you, analysts, for all of that. Sorry, how are we doing here at the desk?
Feeling super excited. It's the first match of the day. It's the first match
Yes.
of the weekend. So I am really looking forward to it. Last week we got a lot of very different maps and a little bit, not, I don't want to say out of meta, but definitely some off meta picks for the map selection. I know we saw some Breeze as well as some Pearl, but this time we're starting out with a pretty white bread map pool of the Haven Split and Abyss. So I am excited, but we're also going to probably see a lot of meta, at least to start off the day.
Ooh, and look at that. We've got our predictions up already. As we look into it, it's a very clean split down the middle down here, just like how our screens have a left and right here, with me on one side and you on the other. But importantly to note, as we go into this here, is that we have a... You know what? I didn't think the day would come, but as the players have juked me before with the agent picks, production has now juked me again on the predictions. Is very one-sided rather, and not really sure how to feel about this. We're giving a little bit of shade to our shooter friends here, and I feel like they've got something to prove.
Oh, absolutely. I'm a firm believer of an underdog story, so much that when, typically we're asked for predictions, I almost always go for the underdog because I love a good story. So I do believe that Jarbros are technically the favorites coming in. I think they had a better record last weekend, but I am still looking out for Shiesty shooters. I am a big underdog fan. If there's any team that's going to win, it's going to be them.
Right, but as we go into this here, it is round one here. I love to say this every single time we get into the show, but it's the pistol round. Don't get your hopes up too yet. We're not hitting our climax, but we want a great start here to lead into rounds 2 and 3 to see whether we get a huge lead here. Maybe a 2-0 moving in or 3-0, even better. Let's take a look at how the teams play around this as we started off with Haven as our first map.
Yeah, you're absolutely right, though. Momentum is a massive thing in Valorant, and getting a good pistol round is the start of every game. If you can win the pistol, you almost certainly get the eco, unless you get some crazy strategies. I know during Champs,
Right.
buying stingers and kind of rushing at your opponent did have a tendency to win, even when you were on the low buy, but that has kind of faded a little bit more into the background now, and it's more traditional. We get those 2-0 starts. But what we're seeing, especially saw quite a bit last week, is that trying to pick up rifles in that second round. So winning out the pistol super strong, so you have a good economy, so you can buy a little bit more expensive rifles in the second to take them into the third to try to build off that momentum or hinder your opponents as much as possible. So it's not just a full clean sweep once the opponents get rifles in hand. But it all bangs on this pistol round and how well it goes for either one of these teams.
I mean, it's the tempo game that you're talking about, and I agree as much.
Oh, yeah.
But I also believe that a lot of the consensus on Haven is that it's a very defense-sided map here. So Jarbros, they don't really need to do anything right now, right? They can sit pretty, just wait for opportunity here. They hear the gunshots. They will start to hear a lot of movement, and that's when they can start playing around that. So right now, as you take a look here, we have 3 up on top, waiting for them to actually poach into the zone here. But I don't think they're actually forcing anything here. Bit by bit, they are leaning towards A long here, which is quite the play, but I'm not sure if Jarbros are ready for this. I mean, look at them. They're hovering around B at the moment, which is still nearby.
Yeah, and I actually like this defensive setup of the 1-3-1. It's really good at reading if there's going to be aggression, which they are going to find. They're going to be able to take the site. They are going to be able to get this spike down.
Yep, they've got it down. They've locked it down. It's now the retake from the defense side here. First one coming in. A beautiful opening for RNC here. And now, as we look around the corner, there's no one in sight here. That's the second one from RNC. And of course, the third coming in. That's a 3-for-3 trade. It's 2 H's to 2 right now. Cypher Trap comes in here. The cage is on. But through the smoke, will he see it? That's the first coming in. The classic finishes off. And that's a 3 KO on the side here to finish it off. Beautifully done as well. 2 agents were remaining to 2. They come out with a 2.
Absolutely. I mean, having 2 left is not amazing. It's not beautiful, but it's certainly a round that they will take. And again, it gets the momentum rolling in their favor. And we do see that there were enough kills and enough saving in that first round to actually invest pretty heavily into the second. Pierre on that jet is going to be bringing that Soul Hero Vandal coming into this. Not too surprised to see that. But Cursed also does have a Guardian, and even looks like in the final seconds there, an Ares was picked up. And they're going to be massively overpowering this full pistol lineup for the defense. So this should be a very good second round for them. And if they can go pretty much flawless, they'll be feeling pretty good going into a round 3.
I mean, that's fair, but remember, the defense side does need to move forward here. And so if Jarbros here just sits back and wait for the Shiesty shooters to walk in, that range advantage just doesn't matter. They do see one here. Jaro is now spotted out here. RT again opening the fight here with a pick and a trade back from here. And now we do see another one on, of course, on their run, which of course not playing today here as we have sub. But moving in here, it is a nice start moving into this here. 3 players on the side for Jarbros here. Have to kind of play it a little bit slower now. 1 player to each side, but they hear the information here. Here coming in. There's the first pick from the corner. Not checking your corners, but they do actually pick it up.
All right, and Spike is going to be planted down on A. Notably here, the defense was a little bit spread out. Typically, we see like pack tactics, all 5 sticking together, but they tried to play for a little bit more flank and gathering information. Honestly,
Enemy remaining.
Ooh, you were saying? There's the first.
I think the
Pierre.
round might be over.
Side lock.
Yeah,
there it is!
I was gonna say that I think ideally what they would want to do there is just die to Spike, because they're gonna be getting that loss streak, as well as it would be dying so they get the credits, they get that ult point, but they would not be giving over any extra credits to the attack side. But instead they go, they try to push through, but unfortunately they're facing down the barrel of a Vandal. Which is a very tough ass to do when you have just classics in hand. So going into this next round, it is going to be a full buy for Jarbros. So they're going to be the ones with a bit of firepower advantage. But notably, there was some investment from the attacking side. Multiple more rifles brought in. It's not even, but it's definitely not as one-sided.
Well, they have information now. Their team is down 1. In a second, the shield comes up here. Let's see if we get a double tap on the side. Moving forward here, it is going to be a little bit rough. They do have the range to kind of fight it. But again, what use is standing on the other side of the map if you're not advancing? And so, let's take a look at overall objective here. The unpredictable garage here and punished again. Wow, that is insane. They are losing numbers like they're losing flies here. And Jarbros might finally have a foot in the door here, quite literally in the garage, as they slowly make their way in.
Notably, none of the rifles have been lost. I think it was a Spectre and the Guardian that they have lost with those 2 deaths, but nothing too valuable, so they still have some firepower, but they are going to be spotted down Rosh.
A very nice start here, getting Nick through the door as well. That's a start, but it's not enough to really make anything happen just yet. Players are all invested into side D here. They started off, the shield breaks down. They do pick 1 on the side. Jaro returning the favor as Curse onto Jaro as well, with now being sent 3 players to 2 here. It looks like Jarbros finally has a way in to the next round. It won't be a 0-3, but we might see the first point on the board for Jarbros. There's the Owl Drone calling it out here. From the back, we do see Sushi. It's gonna be dangerous. There's shocked out investment. RT on the Guardian here, and returning phase Curse with Sushi. Unfortunately, not going down to that shock that was fired.
Unfortunately, just no information to work with there for the attacking side on where those players are going to be coming in from. They were obviously expecting through long and through CT, but I don't think they were prepared for the one pushing up through garage. But even still, in a 3v2, C is a very difficult site to try to hold with a disadvantage in terms of manpower. So they do a lot of damage. However, they get 3 kills in the process, so they're going to be pretty flush with credits coming into this. I think we're going to get a replay.
There's the pickup and start, right? We saw that in the garage, immediately punished. For some reason, Jarbros was just so on point on this round here. They finished it off here, and beautifully done for them. Putting themselves on the board as well. Tempo, we were talking about this, sorry. Tempo, they've started to pick up a point here. It's going to start snowballing potentially from here.
Absolutely. As we see yet again, a pretty slow start for Shiesty's shooters here. They've been pretty slow off rip, just trying to see if there's going to be any aggression from this defensive side. But Jarbros, with so much discipline, they know that they're a little bit on the back foot. This is a more attacking sided map, being a 3-site map. So they're playing back. They're waiting for any information, any tip of the hand from Shiesty's shooters. So we can see there that they play a little bit defensive. They see the player sitting outside a garage, which gives them information that there might be going B, and that information as well, that noise over towards A long. It's all just mind games and tactics, trying to pull this defense as wide as possible, show presence over at B, show presence at A, and it makes it so that Jarbros aren't able to properly rotate, which is why we still see them in that 2-1-2 defensive setup, despite every one of the attack members being over towards A.
Right, and as you take a look here, they're again playing it very slow. They have 30 seconds on the clock here. I don't think if they want to do something, it has to be now. No rotations here. It's going to be a force in onto side A. There's a start pickup here. Heaven's looking a little bit dicey here, and that's the first pick out of the recon ball. But returning Curse, finishing it off here as High also pushes in for a 2 entry frags here. And there it is. It's time to play the game. Valorant is not a 1v1 game, but we're gonna set you up for it here. And he does it beautifully here, setting it up for a 1v4 or 3 scenario here. It's gonna be tough. There's the pickup, there's the finish. 1 to 3 points now on round 4. It looks like Shiesty shooters. You know, you guys were not favored to win according to predictions, but you guys are making a case for it.
Absolutely. And I don't want to call it luck because obviously there is so much skill involved. But I will say possibly the best player that got pulled in, or that could have been pulled into the Shadow Realm for that ISO ult was that Sova. So they had no information on the retake. I do believe we are going to get a listen here in for this next round. I believe the Shiesty shooters. Let's listen in.
They're not top C. They might be like someone stacking.
KJ here, KJ.
Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to. Hold.
Bomb grenade.
Let's go.
You just playing garage.
I'm floating.
Yeah, fast lane. One dash.
Somebody help
I'm
me.
back with you.
Wait, out.
Oh,
Out.
Ooh.
Spike down. C.
good.
Alright, just like it.
Here.
Just hold.
Last line.
All four.
If he gets this shit, he deserves it.
Ready.
Up, down, up, down, up.
Pierre got garage.
Sorry, that is beautiful.
He's waiting for them. He's waiting. I got his
I'm
elbow
trying to
though.
create the timing.
Oh, I got his elbow. Okay.
No, look. I'm forcing the timing to happen. Like he's gonna swing.
Yeah.
Both of you guys have to do it.
Okay.
He went all the way.
I guess he grabbed. Nice.
Good job.
C-split.
Wow, that was beautifully done. I mean, the comms, the callouts, they were nice. The lineups there, a little shaky, but they definitely made it work here. A lot of patience coming from them here and recognition of when they need to go in. And when it matters, triggers are pulled.
Yeah, I mean, it was just really well played. We do see the replay of that first initial take of the site. Good usage of the smokes and cut off line of sight. Unfortunately, the one player does fall when they are going for that spike plant, but the rest of the team that picks up the slack, excuse me. And I mean, overall, the comms actually sounded really, really good there. It was clear, it was concise, no one was freaking out, even when they were getting flanked. And when that spike plant got interrupted, it just seems like they're all together.
Right, and as you can take a look here very early on into this round, man, it is a banger of a start with the 3 kills. There's a nice paranoia coming in here. Sushi picks back up for one more, making this another 1v5 scenario. And I mean, if you're gonna try to make something work here, starting off with Jaro going down. There's the second pickup. The lines, the sides, they're locking in. Picking up for the corner here. Another hit for the taking here. This 1v5 starting to look a lot more possible, making it a 1v2. And of course, RC has to play the long game here, right? Wants to find a long angle here. They can take just the long game, but look at where they are. Look at where the side of Shiesty shooters are actually controlling. They're going to A, they played the long game, and now this is just for taking. It is an opportunity for them to win this from an impossible task, but we're gonna have to wait.
Some information was gathered there. Clove is sitting on site. This is a very advanced position to be holding in a 1v2.
Right. Oh, wait, they're all coming from the same side as well. This is dangerous. Oh no! You have to bring it back here. They started off. He's the one. They know this behind the box. They have to wait for opportunity there. They don't have a lot of ammo here. They have to play it slow. Waiting it out. Kill, no kill, unfortunate.
Concentrate.
And I mean, well,
They don't have time.
Right? They don't have time for sure, but at the end of the day, she did her job. It is correct on the side of, Jarbros here to play it out because, she wasn't gonna live that long. That's fair, but do you have time to defuse? And that is a fair assumption, which right now we're seeing paid off the side of Shiesty shooters.
What a play from the Clove, from the captain from this team as well, Lavism, just coming alive there to make that the 1v2, but to have the game knowledge to sit there and go, okay, typically when that Clove ultimate is popped, what most teams do, especially in the 1v2 scenario, you just kind of sit back and let that time run out. But because they were on the timer, they used it to their advantage.
Right, and starting off strong here, it's gonna be knives out as we do see one pickup on the jet here, but not enough to finish it off, which now carrying on here. Starting it slow. On the back of the corner, a lot of damage is being picked here, left and right. We're seeing 2 picks on the side, and we're going in with that. 2 agents and 3 right now. Again, Shiesty shooters starting it off with a great plans. Let's get it started here, turning around the corner. We do see the owl drone coming out. Has information for 2, 1 around the box, 1 on the right. Shock dart coming in, not anywhere important unfortunately, but they try to make a sheriff work here, and unfortunately it looks like the rifles do beat up. Sushi though has one dream here, and that's to find a beautiful line of fire here to pick something up. There's the pick, does not happen. There's the pick, doesn't make it happen again. One more try here. Hello, friend. Hello, friend. Hello. No! Wait, it still happened! That is nasty. That is nasty.
Oh, that's unfortunate. That is so unfortunate for them. They even catch the player trying to go for the knife, but they still aren't able to swap over to a pistol or something that could deal with them quick enough. Man, that is very unfortunate for them. That is also the 6th round on the board for Shiesty shooters. We haven't really brought up that score count recently, but yeah, the shooters are shooting pretty straight and are already at a point where it's neutral. We do have a listen here for Jarbros.
I'm playing for my ult.
Droning suit.
You got cam back for here? They're going. No, nobody.
One mid.
Alted me.
It's you
That's such
and
a
me.
burger.
Damn, once again, sorry. Look at that.
Waiting for that.
No way.
Damn! Oh, the shorty as well, dude.
Oh shit, lab has too.
No more secret.
Dodge. They're probably on A, flanking you guys.
Backside here.
Oh, behind us.
Last player standing.
There was one in our spawn.
He got it, he got it.
Oh.
You can definitely hear Jarbros there. They do have a good idea of what's happening on the map. They're just not fast enough to react to it. And of course, the little mistake slowly starts to pile up as well. You can hear a few... Oh, damn. Every once in a while. And I feel like at this point, right? Scoreline 1-7. You have a good idea of what Shiesty shooters could do. It could be a good time to pause here and then see if you can get a mental reset or change up your strategy. I mean, Sorin, I think that was a good time as any.
Yeah, I think that this would typically be around the time where you would see a timeout. I would almost prefer a little earlier just to get a bit more of a mental reset before you start having rounds get compounded. But would...
Many OOs happened there, yeah. Not one really worked out to the end, and I guess maybe if you're Adrian, you gotta be happy with the outcome after that. But as they go about it here, Jaro trying to take a pick here, but getting caught off the corner. Pierre onto Sushi, and of course Sai really bring a sigh of relief on that one as he finds its mark onto Pierre.
Yeah, Spike is going to be planted over on B. Sai, I'm assuming, can hear them over on B, but is going to be taking a bit of the scenic route, making their way through a lobby, wrapping around. But, I mean, this is a pretty solid hold with 3 players left. They're all just sitting in the corner, covering every angle of entry from that corner. This is going to be a really tough position for Sai to really do much with. They are going to pop that drone, which is going to help give away what this defensive hold on site is going to be. Never mind. It breaks before you can even get there.
Oh, they know where it is. This is not a sigh of relief. This is not a sigh of relief. That's a 4K here, and it's a pretty painful one. So that scenic route that you're talking about, I don't think that really helped this case.
No, definitely took a little bit more time. I kind of was in a weird position. I don't think there was a good option for either way to that B site. But we do see the replay here. Obviously, like you said, a lot of ultimates being used immediately. Meanwhile, on site, that poor Omen gets executed while trying to put down the smokes. We didn't even get to see that during the round, but man, that's unfortunate. But yet another round going over to the shooters as it's now 8-1 as they're looking to close out this first half.
Oh, starting off strong here. They do have it lined up. Oh my lord. That was the most button mash intensive moment I would have loved to see. But unfortunately for them, it looks like they were not ready on the trigger here. We do have a little bit of a game time alone with our dear Jarbros. And unfortunately, it looks like one coming out on top. Not gonna be Jarbros, but moving into that. Scoreline is 1-8 here. Sai again having to relive memories of his 1-7 days as now we're going into it again. It's gonna be a tough call, but this time with one extra agent on the side of Shiesty shooters, it's gonna be rough.
And this is the problem with going up against such intel heavy compositions. They get over the tripwire, but they get spotted by the camera. There's just no running from the eyes.
Why hello there. Oh, hello there. Oh! Could have been a nice moment there again. Thank goodness.
Almost, yeah. It's when you're going up against both a Sova and a Cypher. I know the desk, I believe, was talking about how the Cypher definitely not used nearly as much as, say, the Killjoy, which is true. But the one thing that the Cypher does bring more of is that information gathering potential. So even though they, are able to jump over that first wire, the camera with the Sovadar, it just makes it so difficult to maneuver around the map without being spotted. So even though Sai gets around one obstacle, they still get spotted out and dealt with rather cleanly.
And as you take a look here, they're trying to play it out once again. They are gonna see if they can lean towards site C this time. If there's any information, it's just that it's gonna be one Killjoy who's gonna be menacing across the board. Gonna start with the ultimate orb here, see if they can make a play. All resources need to be available to them if they want to push in here. And Jarbros, I mean, if there's anything for me to say right now is that your time is now. If you're gonna make a play, you're on round 11, moving to 12 here. You can make maybe another 2 points and come out at least with a lesser deficit.
Oh yeah, notably here, much slower round, but Rage does find Pierre. That's a big pick.
Great start, great start. It's DJ, by the way. Remember, finger thing, but with this finger on the trigger though, looks like they are making some headways. Starting it off strong. There's the spray, they come through, no information given. There is a pick of Jarbros, Sushi, and DJ finally making their way out against Adrian and Kirsten here, and they start another climb. A great start to this. They have information, they try for it, and unfortunately, no spray from the Odin. Oh, that's Paranoia coming in. They have information for one more here with the Odin, but not enough and not quick enough to deal with it. There's the start of the fuse with no one else remaining. I think you know what the scoreline is.
Yeah, it's gonna be 10-1, which is definitely an unfortunate round count for Jarbros. I mentioned it last week when I was on the desk with Orbital, but when you have maps like this that are a little bit more one-sided, even when you're starting on the weaker side, you at least want to win like 3, maybe 4 rounds. Oh, excuse me, I was actually incorrect. It's going to be 2-9, so I was wrong. I was looking at something else there for a moment. But that is a big round to get them to 2 wins. That does put them within range of that 9-3, which, while is not amazing overall, that is obviously, that cursed scoreline, and does give a little bit of an opportunity for them to come back once they swap over to the stronger half.
Right. So as we take a look at how this could go on here, I mean, of course, scoreline now 2-9. They've got something going for them. It's just gonna be rough, right? We want them to go and do this with a 3-9, right? Because again, we've talked about this. We believe that it's kind of a heavy-sided map, and well, it's proving to be kind of true, right? Across the board. So as we take a look at how they want to push in, they're not doing as well now, but maybe if the side swap, it could change something for them. Let's see how they start off here. The Owl Drone not picking up any information here, but they are needing heavy A. One information sighted here. The op is gone through. Pierre is going to notify everyone, and of course, well, myself and you, that they are all on site A. They're leaning heavy into it at least.
I know
Cypher
exactly
picking up for one.
where you are.
Beautifully done on the side. They're going through the tunnels here to see if they can get information. And I think now it's their time to strike. They're rushing it in. No information spotted. It looks like Haven has gotten one jet on the side. He was waiting for them coming in. Hunter Spirit's invested here. They do nick onto Chloe, and it's not enough to finish it off just yet. But they do have information. That's the trade coming in here from Hunter's Fury. First one. Finally, locking it down. It's gonna be Killjoy with the ultimate here to see if it can stop them coming in here. There's a trade back in though. Jaro finishing up here, and now they've got to wait for an opportunity. Jaro is 1 is to 3. It has happened multiple times now. Jaro needs to finish it off here. No information. Time's ticking. Fix it out. It has information onto the. They now know where they are. There's the pickup. Oh, cover the corner. There's the shock dart. Not enough to pull them off here. They do try for the knife. Disgusting all the same. Agent saving it up.
Switching sides.
Alrighty, and the half ends 10-2. Jarbros not able to bring it to that 9-3 score line. Definitely in a little bit of a hole here, but like we've talked about, this is I don't want to call it extremely one-sided. It's not like Pearl that is like super, or even Ascent that is super one-sided, but there's definitely a pretty heavy lean towards the attacking side. So now that they're going to be on the more favored end, hopefully Jarbros can start off with a win here to kind of build that momentum. We talked about how big the pistol round is in round number 1. This is arguably the second most important round in the entire game, and it's the round 13 pistol. If they can win here, if they can, obviously win the anti-eco, they could do something similar where they buy out rifles, and if they can play to that tempo, they could easily win 3 in a row, but they need to start that plan.
Well, they're starting it off strong here and early. It's going to be 5 rush into B here, and they're going to take a really strong fight, getting it 2 and 3 kills at the start here. Pierre only picking on 1 right now. Score lead now. It's 4 players to 2. On the corner here, the Ghost is trying to make some headways. The shock dart investor coming in here. They do pick onto Killjoy, which is not enough. Last player standing here, Adrian going down, and I guess that's all she wrote here. Jarbros pushing it off with a 3-10 scoreline, which means now the tempo is in their favor here. Let's see if they can make it work.
Alrighty. I mean, that was pretty much perfect. That's exactly what they needed to do. They are going to invest pretty heavily. Obviously, there's going to be 2 SMGs in that Bucky, but 2 Bulldogs. Not going to see that Vandal that we saw in round number 2 coming out from Site C shooters. But 2 Bulldogs is still a lot of firepower. And if they can win this round convincingly, I would not even be surprised if they then invest even more into the next round. Maybe pick up a Vandal to help level out the playing field even more when it comes time for it. But they're playing super aggressively here.
Once again, I mean, you're right. 5 players running just now. We're seeing it again. I mean, guess the Killjoy is taking sweet time looking around the scenery, but it's still gonna start off of a very strong situation where against like students pay for the retake here. They're starting off show. Jaro does pick up to 1 here. That's a great start for Jarbros. And as you see around the corner here, unfortunately, it looks like a Sheriff is gonna tap it. It's hiding somewhere in this world. And there's the pickup. The double tap is going to go into it. And of course, we're seeing the trades back and forth. Artsy finishing on Lanza and Kirsty onto Artsy here. It is going to be a rough one. Seeing the Sheriff not pick it up. Unfortunately, it looks like Sushi finishes off the Stinger and with the Spectre to clean it up. 4-10 score line. Finally, back on the board. Jarbros wants to clean this up as much as possible before they take another loss.
Oh yeah, and like I said before, it was not as clean as I probably would have, liked to see if I was going to see them buy in like they are. But they are going to use the credits that they got from that last round to buy in pretty heavy. Artsy is going to be picking up that full buy as well as an extra Bulldog in the hands of Sai. So it's not, and there we go. It actually full Bulldogs plus 1 Vandal. So they're going to at least be bringing full rifles in, even if they're not all, Vandals and Phantoms.
Right. bit by bit here. They are thinking of
Don't
doing
miss
the
it too
rush
much.
again.
Nice and slow.
Wise choice not to force it again, but as they come in, let's go around the corner here. Pierre getting the first on them, and there it is. We're gonna see a great start pushing for it. As the snipes, they're coming through, not enough here, but through a random wall here, they do manage to pick up on the kicker, and now they're starting it off to actually rotate back around. They've got their picks here, their player numbers are down. Let's see if we can spread ourselves up and see if we can
Coming
rotate
back.
somewhere else where they won't expect it. We have the advantage. I like what Jarbros is doing.
Oh.
Placing swarm grenade.
They go for that push onto A. They do find a player who's sitting on it, unfortunately not able to hold off this attack. But Adrian finds one on the retake.
I think here, there's one. At least they got it. I don't think that's gonna finish it off. Jarbros putting themselves on the board again. What round is this now? They've got 3 on the board back to back. Yeah, and that's crazy to hear. Now moving into round 16.
Absolutely, and they were also able to pick up rifles through that. So notably, they did buy in last, but only a couple did. So they're going to be able to get a full buy across the board. They pick up 3 in a row. It's going to be a full eco now for Shiesty. So this is, I don't, knock on wood. This in theory should just be the next round for them, 4 in a row. So they will bring themselves to 6-10 before there's another full buy round. And once that comes around, if Jarbros continue this pace, continue the momentum that they're building up here, they're going to be really, really quickly closing the gap between this 10 and 5 scoreline.
Right. What can I say here, right? They've got all their teammates out. They try to start something here. A little bit of damage nicked here and there, but across the board, they still got mostly full armors, right? So I guess they could try and make a play here. But pushing around the corner here does see Adrian here, and he does take 1. Will there be a second one returning here? We're not too sure, but we do see a smoke be popped down here. And on the top side, Kursit finds Sushi. Well, there he did see 2. Now it's gonna be 1 more down. Jaro
remaining.
right here, RC on the gears, and there it is, 3v1 situation. Kursit from Haven jumps down, wants to level the playing field with these mortals here, and tries to make a pick. Jarbros to the 1, but no. Got something fell here today, didn't need to jump off Haven.
I need to give a lot of credit over to Artsy. It has been a really big bright spot for this Jarbros team, especially since they turned over to the second half. They've been playing really, really aggressive and very front foot Valorant, just kind of running down the throats of Shiesty shooters, just constantly pushing directly onto a site. We've been seeing it a lot on B and A there, but it's really off the back of Artsy. On that waylay, they are able to take so much ground and take so much space on the site, take that initial fight, maybe even get a pick, which they've done 2 or 3 times now, and then just be able to get themselves back off site with a get out of jail free card. And it just means that they're able to play super aggressively without really being in threat of losing anyone early on. They are using it to great effect, and it's the reason they're able to win so many rounds back to back to back.
Right. And so let's take a look at how this round is gonna go here. It's 7 points on the board for Jarbros as they make this play happen. Wraps around the corner here. B side looking like a fortress that needs to hold, as we do see side. They're going through it. Claw comes in, and there it is. Let's pick up. And they're starting to bring it back from here. That's the comeuppance, and not too much to say here, but a beautiful double on the side. Kursit picking out onto his Ditto here, side, and now we're gonna see the problem here. Finally, Jarbros, their numbers are looking a lot lower than before here, and we might finally see the side of Shiesty shooters make a play. Right now, it's looking to be a diffuse moment. They're rushing it down. It's a half. They're going for it. They're committing into it. No one's stopping it. There it is, the double down, and now they can safely do it. Shiesty shooters have got me shaking in my boots here. I did not know they were going to commit all the way.
That was a very well executed plan for them. They go for that full retake, and that was very important for them. That was kind of a make or break round. That was a full buy in, a very heavy investment as well with that operator. And if they lost that, again, that was going to go probably to a 7-10, almost certainly to an 8. We are going to see a replay here of the last round, and it's just kind of chaos across the board on that B site, as it was a super advanced hold. Most players sitting on the site itself trying to deter that defense going for the retake, but in the end, the retake just comes out clean, and they get themselves to 11 as they are very quickly approaching that map point marker.
bit by bit here now. Sorry, do you see what I'm seeing? There's information for one here. They know there's Sova somewhere nearby. They could try and force it in here, but looks like they're gonna take over Garage on themselves.
And notably, a very big change. They lose finally one round in a row, and they slow it down. This Waylay still being used to push up, though.
I would slow down too, right? Like, if I had a winning lead and they've caught on, I would want to rethink my strategy just a little bit. Maybe they didn't catch on, maybe they did. I gotta know. Right, information's given out here. They are starting it back once again. They got 2 on the side. Jaro has a couple Jaros today for a reason here. And Hika onto 2 as well, returning a favor onto Shiesty and Jaro. There it is. DJ returns 1 back onto Hika. And now the player count is looking a lot harder than you think. Yo, Pierre has a off. But like, what's an op to do left if there's not a lot of space to, you know, make use of it? Swaps it out here, a good call, but, well, we all know where he is now. Jumping around the corner here, Spike is planted. He has to find opportunity to join out with, well, any player now if he wants to get a pick.
Yeah, running out of time, running out of space, as they know exactly where this last player is.
Oh, there's one, and there's the other. What can you possibly do with 2 eyes, right? 1 corner each, I mean, if I could,
show up now.
And I mean,
be here.
that was just such unfortunate. That was the definition of Valorant. Timing, obviously coming through CT over on C. There's one player sitting in Garage, waiting for someone to push the angle, but they turn away at the very last second, start walking back towards Garage, so you're able to sneak up a little bit. You have the perfect timing. No one knows where you are, and you drop the op so they hear you. It's just unfortunate, but we are going to be getting a listen in for this next round. Let's take a listen.
Garage, too close garage.
1B,
Just
1B.
hit B. Gonna hit B. They're gonna hit B.
I'm trying to help
Slow,
here. I'm
slow.
ulting this round.
They smoked it to A-Lane. They smoked it. Oh, wait. Dash it to A-Lane. Go back. Backside B. Backside B. Nice. 2v3. 2v3. Nice.
Backside, he was backside.
One
Backside.
enemy
Gone,
remaining.
Never mind.
Oh,
It's
Nice. And we just won that round. And we just won it. And there's no...
No time
Jesus.
needed, bro. We put this shit.
Match point. Oh look, they're desperate.
My
Definitely a lot of
Lord,
excitement.
Sorry. Whew. What a fire round, right? Moving into match point now here, though. Shiesty shooters looking really strong here. Thoughts? Sorry, thoughts.
I mean, we are now at map point here for Shiesty shooters. Jarbros have been looking really good, but this is the problem with only getting, 2 rounds on the one side. You need to practically be flawless. They can't be giving up these rounds. They do get the right read on where this attack side's coming from, but that smoke gives them a lot of protection.
A lot. I think it gave them more than enough here. So much to work with. Hika does pick up one onto DJ, and that's a little bit of an issue here, but this little alcove here looking to be a kill zone. They've got 2 on the side for Shiesty shooters here, and they're locking in for a flawless moving into the 13th point. And
Chamber is one of the more heavy favorites, but notably here on this map,
favorite.
there is not as much presence from Sentinels. We actually more typically see like double controllers to help lean more towards the defensive side, because again, this is pretty statistically a defensive sided map. So what most teams do in that situation is they draft more attacking compositions, making it so that even though they're not going to be very defensive when it comes time for the defensive rounds, they're still going to be able to do a job there. But the attacking, firepower that they bring in with the agents helps them get closer to that 3 to 5 round marker. So seeing this, not too surprised. It does look like we are going to be seeing some Sentinels. That Cypher is going to be hovered by Shiesty shooters, which again, not too surprising. They had a very heavy emphasis on information in game number 1. Meanwhile, we do have that Sage. It looks like maybe Jaro is going to be operating them. Sage, obviously, that Sage wall in mid is super valuable as a means to kind of cut off means of entry into both sites, and also makes it harder to rotate, and also just gives a lot of control on mid, which is so important on split.
when we take a look at the picks, I mean, I do agree with you on a lot of things you said, like firepower, for example. And there's a very clear line they can see how they're gonna go about this. My favorite of the picks at the moment, Jarbros running breach, which gives them a lot of, I would say, a lot of ways to kind of force out their players or Shiesty shooters who have been very patient across the board, right? Because I wouldn't want to get hit by breach's abilities as a whole, and that could put them in a weird spot where they're split off and they can start taking picks because of the discombobulation that's happening in the team here. But sorry, that is about as much as I can say for them, because aside from that, I didn't see Chamber, so no comment. I think both teams are you know, a little bit out of their mind. Let's put it that way. Chamber haters.
Sorry,
yeah.
production
I'm
going
not biased.
crazy in the background.
Biased
But
in this.
oh. Okay. But compositionally, I actually was proven a little bit wrong there. I believe it was Shiesty shooters do end up actually pulling out double sentinel. So the exact opposite of what I thought was going to happen is actually what happened. So we are going to have to keep an eye on them. They might actually suffer a little bit on the attacking side, but notably, they're starting defense. So they're going to lean a little bit more into what we saw in game number 1 with the very, very heavy lean on trying to win as many rounds as possible on that first half. Because again, if they get themselves to like 10 into half off the back of that defensive composition, I mean, much like last game, even if Jarbros start to win and start building momentum, the difference in what they need to get to the finish line is so small that sure, win 7 rounds in a row. We just need to get 3 in the mix there. So a little bit of different theory coming into this, which I think makes this game very, very fun. We also saw that obviously Jarbros were very, very aggressive in game number 1 on the attacking side and very passive on the defense. So I'm excited to see what those, you know, two kind of theories accumulate in here on split. And I think Jarbros starting on the attack side is actually be really fun, because if they continue that theme, they're going to be super aggressive. And looking at the map, if they play super aggressive, they might have the right read, as it is just the lone cipher on A, which everyone is sitting out front of.
Right. So I guess it comes down to this, which is can the different ideologies of the game kind of pan it out, right? Let's take a look at how this goes. Jarbros versus Shiesty shooters, starting off the pistol round here. Not a lot of big buys here. I did see 2 light armors and a sheriff on the side of Shiesty, which makes me feel like they have a lot more firepower than they can tank. But ultimates across the board here, it's going to be a lot of this spray and pray action. And starting off strong, DJ on the first one. Second one coming in here, the sheriffs are not landing. As I say that, I opened my mouth. I'm sorry.
Last player standing.
The R1 is 2-1 now.
Down B.
It looks like she's trying to make a play here despite they have the smoke, they have information, they jump down, they're running in. Surely they know. Started plan. Oh, hello, man. Oh, the Knicks. Oh god, Sushi, what are you doing? What are you doing? Nice teleport. Surely you just rotate here, right? And then like you spook them.
Oh yeah.
Oh, you just AFK here, right? Sorry.
Totally.
And then go back to
but I mean, there is the thought. I actually thought the Clove was going to be making a rotation, but it looks like the defense, Hika, is kind of anticipating it to be a rewrap into B, but it is not going to be the case. Omen, Sushi, is going to be making their way over to A, and they're going to get this play
30
down
seconds left.
free.
You know,
And Clove, not hearing that plan, is going to be a little bit late on this rotate, so this Omen's going to have so much time to get themselves into a good position.
wait, no, not like this. Don't make this easy. You can hear the ropes. Come on, you have to hear the ropes. You know. Just wait. Come on. I don't want to talk about this. It is going to be a night and day situation if they don't see it here. They have to have seen the smoke, right? Oh my lord. It is not night and day anymore. It's midnight and day. Like, it is very clear dark in the present. Just spray. It's yours, please. Oh my god, they helped it. They could have committed after all the bits from Sushi.
I'll see you in a minute.
This is, can we call this BCT?
Oh, first on take.
Undeserved. I don't agree to this. Oh my lord.
Oh, this reminds me of this one time where I
Man, okay,
Sorry,
first
you can-
round on the
I don't wanna do
board.
this. Oh my god.
First round on the board goes over to the Shiesty shooters, and I mean, Pros don't fake. What can you say? They have
Sorry.
the setup, and they're just able to close it out in the smoke. You do see the replay. Pretty heavy push into that heaven area with the quick rotate over to B. And everyone just falls. It leads us to this 1v1, and it's so tragic. And the clutch comes through. I mean, Omen doesn't even go for the kill after pushing that smoke. The moment they get the defuse, they just pull away. It's rough.
I mean, I really look. Bios's side, I really want the Jarbros to win that. You know, have a point on the board and Quebec is really challenging, right? Shiesty shooters were in a great position at the start here on the defense, and they kind of slipped up at the end here with the re-wrap. You know, it's caused a very hard thing to do. But at the end of the day, you know what? It's only one round, right? Tempo is in favor of Shiesty shooters. They need to try and make a play to extend that lead, but with how the side of Jarbros is playing, Sorin, I feel like at least there might be a 1-1 potential coming in here. They are very coordinated and they're working as a team now.
Yeah, absolutely. Pierre falling early does put this defense in a bit of an awkward spot. Really only one Bulldog with a lot of power. Rage getting that Vandal. It does make this a very interesting position that Jarbros can win out and make this a 1-1, which is not something we typically see.
Coming in here, there's a spray falling through here. They do make a trade back on that. That's a good start, but again, the numbers don't lie. 4-3 back from the corner here. Adrian with the Spectre doing a little bit more than it should. Because as we go around it here, a little bit of healing for Adrian as we take another one. Information given, and now Kirsten is stuck in the corner. Checking it out here, that spray comes through, that's the pickup. One for the side here, Kirsten on the second, and there it is, players are down. The views are starting here, and it finally looks like, again, Shiesty Shooters gets themselves a second point on the board here, which means Jarbros, they're playing from behind this time, and they've got to pick this up for the bonus.
They have courage.
Yes, they do. Notably, I mean, they were able to keep 3 weapons, one of them being the Spectre, so it's not going to be full rifles coming into this next one, but Shiesty Shooters do have quite a bit of firepower. I'm intrigued to see if Hika possibly brings in, there we go, I was going to say Hika being a big power player in the last map. I would not be surprised if they picked up a Vandal, and it looks like they will. So it's going to be 3 rifles plus a Spectre and a Sheriff to try to deal with this full buy from Jarbros. Jarbros, like you said, definitely wanting to put their first round on the board, interrupt some of this momentum from the shooters. But the shooters, they're not going to be out of this round. If they could find a pick early, get that first blood, and kind of play off of that man advantage, they easily could get themselves around 3.
Oof.
But that's definitely going to
Right.
interrupt it a bit.
Hey, great. I mean, I need to see this interrupt. I want to see some clean, fair plays here. Guns are lined up. I want to see a 1-2 point on the board. Right. As we're going to it here, Jarbros trying to buy some time for his team here. Sights are place here. They want the teams to be ready and locked in for the gunfire. That's the first one coming in. DJ, nicely done there. And of course, Artsy returning it onto Pierre. And now, right now, numbers don't lie. I've said this again. 5 players to 2. The 5 players are looking very good. We've seen a 1v5 situation, but everything's straight. There's the start. DJ going into Adrian. And they also get the plant down, which means now it is going to be on a timer. Well, Mika does get a kill here. Can they finish it off? No. Like I said, it is going to be the numbers game that plans this one out. And Jarbros, 1 more.
And that's huge. I mean, we did see this happen. I believe we saw this happen in the last game where they picked up the bonus, but then they went on to lose the next couple, and that's why they were, 6-1. But no, don't let me cook. The difference is that they had 4 people left standing. So last time, in the last game, they definitely were a little bit underpowered, but this time around, they're going to be able to bring full rifles with full buy shields as well.
Hey, fast.
You just wall it.
All right, let's get it started then. I mean, this take of yours,
They're breaking wall.
I might step away for a bit off the mic after this, but for now, I will stand true with you, sorry.
They burned stun
Big
already,
gut
so I'm just
wrenching,
gonna say.
but I will stand with you as we go into this though.
Ran away.
I'm not watching your
Here,
vents.
here.
I'm not watching your
An
vents.
opportunity.
We
from
do have a
the
listen.
tunnels.
We do have a listen in.
I'm an idiot. I'm so sorry.
55 Omen. 55 Omen.
I'm gonna.
How
smoke.
long
Wait,
was
wait,
the listen
wait,
in
wait.
here, by the way?
We're gonna slam it. We're gonna slam it.
Crown.
In, jet in, jet in.
Ugh.
Wait.
Through. Nice.
One more mid.
B
Just
main.
B and one out.
He's out. 95 Omen. 95 Omen.
Nice, that's
Nice, Omen mid.
in that gun.
I hear him like right here.
One enemy remaining.
Nice, Omen was there too.
Spike down mid.
Nice.
Okay.
Nice. Good. Good round.
Man, I gotta get good at this game again.
Wow, sorry. That was amazing coming from them here. They made it work once again, and well, predictions don't lie on your end. They are going back with a trend here, but hoping the curse will break here. Jarbros haven't been seen to use their timeouts here. Maybe it's time. Maybe it's time.
Possibly. That was a pretty rough round for them to lose. That was kind of the turning point that they could have brought themselves back to that 2-2. They could have really helped get them a foothold into this game. But now it's going to be a very rough bye with just one Vandal being brought in.
I like what you're saying here. You do bring it up. There was a shorty somewhere there, and a Bucky to work. Sorry, but it looks like Curse. They just made it work. Jaro is down for the count here. Playing with two, they're going into the smoke here. They do see the sprays, and of course, somehow DJ making it out with 2 kills as well. It looks like they've locked up top side here. They're trying to make for something to happen, but no opportunities are coming around the corner. 2 smokes down again. DJ has himself a 4K, and I guess, well,
Spike planted.
the situation's looking a lot worse than you think, right? Like, it's a 2v2 situation here, and if they want to make something happen, DJ needs to play on the flank here and find its mark. But right now, yeah, waiting for opportunity as well. Across the corner here, does find opportunity onto that, but the ditto match, it goes down to DJ with the 5K here as he now puts it on his resume.
Okay, that was probably the best thing that could have happened for them. Obviously, a little bit of a rough position losing that last one, but despite having a little bit of a lower buy, they're able to bring themselves back into it, are able to pick up that round. They're going to be able to full buy into this, as well as have the ultimate advantage. 3 ultimates in their back pocket, 2 of them being high-powered ones with that Rolling Thunder and the Blade Storm, and one kind of more team-based utility, one with the Into the Shadows. So a lot of tools in the tool belt for them to start putting rounds on the board. They can level it out here.
Alright, as we go into this here, there's the start of, gonna see a little bit of a rolling thunder maybe at some point. But as we go into that here, they do have site locked in again. A site looking very popular here, just like my dating life. Just kidding. But as we move into that here, they have a Bucky on hand here. If they run in, this Bucky is free pickings. Remember, shotguns value you at close range, and you're doing your part by going in. That's the start here. A little bit of a itchy trigger finger, I would say. You know, decided to press the W key instead. Caused them a death there. A second one onto that. Hika onto Artie here, and DJ returning back to Hika. This is a great start moving into it. Adrian returning on Sky, and of course DJ finally finishing off with one more Adrian, which means now it should be clear for the pickings here. 3 players on the side here making it out with their guns.
Rage coming alive here to bring it 3-3. I think the last 2 rounds, Rage has gotten, I think that's 9 kills. I believe they got 5 the round previous if you count killing the Clove twice. So that's 9 kills in 2 rounds for them, which is massive. Oh. Looks like we are going to be getting a
Alright, I guess
listen
we're gonna
in
hear a
here.
listen in here, right?
Yes.
Alright, let's take a look into the
God?
listen in.
I will deadass e-transfer it.
Take that shit back.
Transfer.
Heaven.
Flashing?
Sight.
Green
Elbow.
spot, right? What do you want?
Elbow. Sight for a sight. No, close.
I didn't go inside, I didn't go inside. That's my bad.
78, 78.
Elbow.
Swing the elbow. Nice.
One more
Greens,
sight.
Nice. Watch your heaven and ramp.
Planning
No
sauce.
smoke. No smoke.
Nice. You here with me? Oh shit, you are here with me. You battle here?
One screens.
Greens.
One screens.
Smoking 5. Smoking 5.
What the?
One enemy remaining.
Nice. Last one.
Boys.
Greens. Could it go heaven? Stop
Why you
breaking
going
the wall.
heaven?
Oh, they broke it. Broke the
Just
wall.
hold the
broke
shit with me, bro.
Yep.
Imagine if Ninja got a low taper face.
He's gonna walk out in 3.
6, 7,
Go in heaven.
He's
Go
going
in
heaven,
heaven.
he's
Saving.
going
6, 7, 6, 7, 6, 7, 6,
They're
7,
saving.
6, 7,
I'm gonna slow him down.
6, 7, 6, 7, 6, 7, 6, 7, 6, 7, 6, 7, 6, 7, 6, 7, 6, 7, 6, 7.
Did I stun him? Oh.
Guys, he got me. He got me. Jarl, kill him!
Oh,
Oh.
so close. You know, sorry. I thought the claps of his ass cheeks would give it away where he was, but I feel like it's the 6-7s calling out, but that could be me. It could be me.
I don't know.
I
I don't
feel
know
like
how
it
to
was the 6-7.
respond to that. I don't know how to respond to that, Nitera. I
Don't
don't
worry,
know how
you don't
to
have
respond.
to. We're going to the next round. It's fine. We'll take a look at whether the 6-7 call out was the thing that gave them away, or if their little booty starts to go. Let's take a look. As they move into it here, it looks like they have side B locked in, and I think it might be the clapping. Very big giveaway. They have like 5 of them there. Only one of them was calling 6-7. So very clearly, we have a good data point here to work with as we move into that. Though, looks like one cipher is not going to be enough for this push here. As they try to force their way in here, looks like a Sheriff is going to lock themselves in. There's a nice pickup here, but it's not by him. Sheriff through the board here. Just get to Jaro. We do see a bring it back and see if he can take any comeback from this as Hika tries to find a kill somewhere. From out of the smoke though, we do get a pick, and now Hika is back on the board. The play is now is 2-4. Run a 5 here. They're not making anything happen. Hika gets away with a 4K, and I gotta tell you, what a rough start. 4-4 on the board again. Jarbros just wants to win something and like keep a lead, man.
Yeah, I mean, Hika comes back with anything you could do, I could do better. Sees Rage just going crazy on their other side and comes up massive for Shiesty, getting themselves to a 4-4 round count here, not letting Jarbros take the lead. Because I was going to say, obviously, the fact that Jarbros are already at 4 rounds is a massive improvement from the last game. But also, again, this is a defensive-sided map. Them getting 4 or 5 rounds is practically perfect for them. Anything above this is just a little bit of cream on top of the cake. Everyone on that side is going to be happy to just get a little bit more. So the fact that we're just now over the halfway mark for the half, the fact that it's this even, this is perfect for Jarbros, and the shooters definitely should be a little worried.
Yeah, I agree with you. But we do see Nightfall coming in through here. It looks like there's midnight zone, so to speak, here. Moving into that. The question is, can they make a play moving into this here? And I think the answer is no. It feels like a very wasted ultimate in this case. And I'm not sure how to feel about that. For the side of Shiesty shooters, they're kind of not really winning out fights, right? If this keeps going on, Jarbros will always be 1 point ahead, right? 5-4, 5-5, 6-5, and move on. So I don't know if they really can afford to waste their resources here. As they come around here though, it is a double angle peek coming around there. Unfortunately, it looks like they backed away just a little bit here. Adrian takes 1, but now it's a pincer maneuver here. And again, Adrian does pick out the 1. He does potentially get a second one through the cage here. Information given does not get to the Cypher, and there it is. Rage finally picks it out against Adrian, and finally, we are seeing some hit ways to move forward. Player count now is 3-3 here. They do have the plan. Sushi's gonna try to find opportunity around the corner. Oh, there's opportunity for opportunity here. That's the 1 is sprayed down again. Curse it down for the count, and now for the backhand, it is going to be 1 Stage down for the count.
Yet again, Rage coming up massive for their team does make me a little worried for Jarbros. Obviously, getting 5 rounds on the board is great, but a lot of these rounds, a lot of these wins are coming off the back of one singular player. Rage on this attack side has been absolutely decimating their opponents. 17-5-2 currently. They are going absolutely ham. The next most on their team is 6-6-1. So this is a very top-heavy team in this game. If Shiesty can start getting a grasp on Rage and keeping that jet down, I do worry for them a little bit, but they're not doing it quite yet.
Not just yet. Oh, they do see a hit there. Rage picking out the Pierre. What a crazy shot in the dark there. But as we're taking a look at how this pans out here, looks like Adrian finding its mark with the Phantom on 2-1. Gets a great opening here, is going to be the side of Rage potentially as he goes through the back. But as we do see this, Adrian does block them out for one. So she's down for the count, which means side B looking very uninhibited. But they also do pick down the spike here. This is going to be a tough moment for them. Hika goes down for one here. Rage returns the favor on Hika. And right now, 1v2 scenario here. Spikes all the way there. And Rage just kind of... I don't know, what do you do in this scenario, Sorin? I'm not even sure what you can do.
Run, hide.
They do pick up one. Alright, Sorin. Looks like it's time to play rotate game. Figure out how to get the spike. I don't know, what's the plan here?
30 seconds left.
I mean, this is a really rough position, and this Cypher is holding so close, and you have to be expecting it. So I think it's just trying to find this 1v1 in the hope that Adrian just has a bit of a missed shot. They're going to be able to safely get the spike, though.
10 seconds left.
Yeah, but even if they safely get a spike here, that's 9 seconds on the clock. They started off, the speed dropped off. They should have committed to the plant, I feel, right? They needed to set it up here. It would give them some credits even if they take another fight here. Just did not go so well for the side of Jarbros here. Shiesty shooters pick this up for one.
That was just a rough spot. I actually don't think it would have allowed them to plant because I think the C's would have pulled them in, which would have interrupted. So definitely a rough position. We are going to get a replay of the last round, and you can see Adrian just kind of going crazy on site. He's been doing really well holding down B. And in the end, between them and the rest of their team kind of picking up some of the slack, they were able to get that 5th round on the board as they just keep trading back and forth.
Fair. Moving into that though, let's take a look at how they want to do this. Double dash in. They are in top here. They are the alcove. Rage going down though. With Hika. RC is going to return the favor onto that short back to him. But right now we're in a great spot here. This is going to be a great time for the side of Jarbros here. We've kind of put themselves on the board, and now they have to force a retake on the side of Shiesty Shooter, who just needs to find a way in. First one coming down though. Pierre taking out to one here. Love also picking us up on the one. Sushi returns the favor on the one, and Pierre through a wall bang. One player standing remaining. Sai again. Sigh of relief on the first kill, but on the reload here, I don't think there's any more size remaining from that man.
The spray transfer was almost crazy. They got them locked down and actually had their crosshair on the second player, but unfortunately, there's not enough time to either get the reset for the gun or really just keep that spray under control. So not able to pick up the kill, but it almost was crazy if they're able to pick it up. Plus, just not quite enough bullets. So that is going to be 6 rounds for Shiesty, which I will say, definitely not bad to, at minimum, be getting neutral in this, but you definitely hope on the defensive side of the map that they would have gotten more than neutral or 7-5 half. Shiesty definitely going to be feeling a certain way about this half.
We will take a look. That tree here. It's going to be Jarbros that finishes off into a 6-6 here, but it's out in a better position here. Nice strike here, but Hika does get the one-up on them with the inbound. But unfortunately for them, it looks like they're trading back and forth here, and the numbers don't look very favorable after that. 2 players, 2 now, looking a little bit better, but it's going to be tough. Jarbros already has the plant down, so it's going to be an opportune moment now that they know 2 of them is there. They need the players to come together to retake this. They know he's at the corner. He just needs a teammate here, but where is he? Jaru running around, hoping to see if he can find his way back. Gets a shot here, slow on, has information for one. There is the rolling thunder coming in. Can they make a play here? There's the first. Jaru, 1-2v1 situation, needs to wait. And finally, a 6-6 clutch moment here. Alright, I think we have a game. The Jarbros are finally making some headways here.
6-6 half for them is genuinely, I think, perfect. I don't think they could ask for a better half to come into, especially as they are now going on this defensive side. And again, Shiesty shooters, their composition they drafted was super defensive minded. Double sentinels is not gonna do a lot once they swap over to this attacking side. we are going to see a replay of that final round. Just incredibly good use of Yuto as well, with that Rolling Thunder coming in at the final moment, being able to play off-site and still get so much value. Man, Jarbros doing exactly what they need to do.
Great start. Okay. Pincer, once again, they can't really do much. But we're going back into the pistol round here. We're going to see whether they get a strong entry. As I say that, of course, they lock themselves out here. There's not a lot of a strong entry. And they even had a carpet for them. So, great start going for the Jarbros here, as they have themselves locked in and ready to go. But from the corner here, what a right click. Not, what can I say on that? Curse it, just making like Rage look so awkward without a rifle. Oh, wraps around the corner here. Is that a Sage in the corner? Sage that's picked off here. Hika's doing a great job moving into it again. We're seeing a lot of uptick onto Hika getting kills here. It's kind of range. But as we go around it, it's going to be important to see how they started off. Sushi onto Pierre. Once again, they have the cover going out now, and they have information. Sushi slowly makes his way around, finding opportunity here. It's going to be one Sheriff spraying and praying here. Nothing hit, nothing gained. There's the spike goes down. And from the back here, we do see pick up. Now that's a back shot if I call it.
Last player standing. 30 seconds left.
Round coming to a close here soon. Makes it a 2v1. Hika, last man standing.
1-1. Hika. Sushi. There we go. To be fair here, 10 HP on the board here. Hika was basically free to pick this one up. But, as you can see, clutch.
Shiesty Shooters, despite being on the attacking side, are going to be able to pick up that first round. It was a very close affair, however, notably here, we are immediately going to see... that might be a glitch. I don't imagine we see Jarbros lose the first round and then get full rifles. I think that might be a bit of a visual glitch. Okay, it looks like we might be having some technical issues.
Don't worry about it.
It is going to be, looks like mostly pistols, maybe a couple of frenzies and maybe a sheriff buy-in, but nothing of real import in terms of firepower being brought in by this defense to try to hold off this attack side. So we're going to have to see what they do, especially as it does look like there's multiple rifles in the hands of the shooters.
Back around the corner though. Let's see how they want to play this out. It looks like it's going to be a wraparound to A, but do you see what I see? This little sneaky bugger. Artsy wrapping around here is going to have information on how they can play this out here, as we do see a Grove just on the back here. Could have been a little bit cleaner, Artsy, but you know what? That's the artistic talent coming in here. It's not the first shot, it's always the third that makes it count.
Alrighty, and I was able to get some information, mostly rifles being brought in. Oh, 1 for 1.
There's one. Oh, hello, friend. Curse it, showing Artsy what it means to have the art of the one tap. If he done,
30 seconds
then immediately showing how you cannot one tap by spraying and praying at the corner here. But okay, that being said, though, to the side, it looks like the round is going to be picked up by Shiesty Shooters here on a 6-8 point line. And again, Jarbros in a incredibly dangerous spot, because we never want to let our guard down. We never want to give points away when we can, and they're slowly losing that lead again.
Yeah, I was able to confirm 2 Vandals were invested. Cursed also did bring in a Bulldog. So there were 3 rifles brought in on the attacking side there. So not too surprised to see that it go pretty heavily in the way of the shooters. Notably, a little bit of investment in the terms of 1 or 2 sheriffs coming from the defense, but nothing really else. So would not be surprised if we see a more level buy. Yeah, it is going to be a full buyout, but with a couple of light shields for the defense here. So not perfect, but still heavy investment.
Great. Nice pickup here on Sushi. Has a lot of ways to make this work. It's pretty good. Rage, onto that. See, you can come around here. Very cinematic shot of us being in the cage here, just like how we are. We are chained to our desks as casters. Fair enough. Moving into that here, I do want to see if we can get a listen in onto one of the teams after this, because at least for Jarbros side, it's looking very messy. I want to see how they figure this out here, because Shiesty Shooters, they're so now. Look at them leading out to A here, while the side of Jarbros is just kind of confused. Like, how do we play this? Like, we have 5 members, but how do we play this? And that is crazy considering of the number disadvantage, sorry.
Shiesty being very slow on this take. Obviously, without Spike being planted, they kind of have to die if they want to keep the loss bonus. Okay, they will finally fall, but Spike is still not even close to A. The rotate's going to come through as well.
seconds left.
Right. I mean, coming off from a 6-7 here, I mean, you gotta feel really good here. If Shiesty can pick up another one, it's gonna be a beautiful moment for them. Right.
Player standing.
6-7 buff is coming through here, and unfortunately, Jarbros does pick it up, and I don't get to say 6-9. Unfortunate.
6-9? Okay. Yes, the bonus
I'm
round.
a little bit old school, I'm sorry.
Yes, but they do pick up that third round, so the bonus does go their way. So despite having those two rifles, they were not able to really, very frankly, do much damage. Most of Jarbros were still alive, but we do have a listen in for this next round. I believe Jarbros up.
Yeah, so let's move
Yeah,
on.
You hear no steps
Oh,
A? The cage.
Listen in. Behave, everyone.
They cage like the cross.
Oh, you can wall up. My dash is gone.
They're smoking B, I think. Ah, I should have.
Breaking wall.
3 mid.
1B.
Come on, say 6-7. Come on, guys.
3 mid, 1 mid. Or 1B, 1A.
Let's fight them together.
Oh,
Fight
she's
them
ulting.
together.
I'm running away.
They're in
Sorry,
market.
Oh, she's still.
Coming.
Cypher is still A. I think it's A. I don't know. Where was that?
Walled up B. Walled up B. Out.
Sush, help.
Fine.
Okay, good.
Spike
planted.
Bro, that clove was all
I'm
my
blind.
ass.
I'm blind. I'm
is gonna be
blind.
late mid probably. They were
Watch mid.
Cypher's gonna be late mid probably.
Can you omen
I
blind?
don't have smoke for another 10. Yeah. Blinding now.
Backside. Sage.
I have my stun.
She got
Backside.
Feed.
Oh,
80 on jet.
Nice.
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 One bullet. One bullet.
Was main.
Fight them together.
Player standing.
Nice.
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 I got your trade. I got your trade.
Hey, we take those.
Yo.
We take those.
No. Their Sage is the best player to ever touch this game. Holy shit.
yo, can we just get Jarbros on like the mic for a while? I mean, like they seem to be winning when they're on, you know. No 6-7s. They made it work. You know, when they're not memeing Sorin, you can see how they actually play well.
Man, I mean, a lot of praise there for the opposing team captain, saying that the opposing Sage was the best best player to ever touch the game. But we are
Just
going to get a
crazy.
bit of a replay into that last round. You can see that retake, a pretty good hold from the attacking side. They do a pretty darn good job, but that kill, I think, is the turning point. The numbers advantage goes into the way of the defense, and they're able to capitalize on it.
Mind you, they had literally one bullet in their chamber here. I mean, unless Jaro was hoping to get a one-tap, you know, really risky situation. They did at least stop the gun here again. It was fine, but now the problem is 8-8 here. It's looking a lot tighter than before. It's anyone's game now. Back in the cage once again, though, we are seeing 3 players hovering to side A here, and as we slowly pick our way out of the currents, looks like they want to try and play this out, but they just don't have enough information. They feel like they really want to play this.
Very slow start for this attacking side, just kind of poking, prodding, trying to see if they can get anything out of this defense, maybe pull some util, but the defense seems very steadfast in not wanting to give anything over. This attack looks like it's going to be a full 5-man push once the Sage makes their way over. It's going to be 2 defenders on site to try to repel them. This is very slow. Only 30 seconds left of the clock. They need to move. They need to make this execute
Nah,
extremely
I think
quickly.
it's fine. Oh, they called it. They called
with the hinder.
out here. I like this. Oh, there's a slow. Sure. Yeah, they've got a slow up in there. They're gonna try and start it off here. It's gonna be rough with 15 seconds left. They are going to play into A here, obviously, with no time to retake. But what a triple coming in for the side here. Hika down for RC as well. Looks like they're going to see a little bit of a problem here is that there is no HUD. The spike is down, is somewhere inside, and there's nothing they can do but play back here. Unfortunately for them, 1 player remaining. At least make it out of 1. John putting himself on the board. 9-8 scoreline here. Shiesty shooters fluffing the ball here. Maybe a call in to them is required if they want to pick a point back up.
the very slow push is punished. The convergence coming out of the Waylay hinders the entire team, as well as that slow from the Sage just makes it so it's so difficult to push on. You do get a replay here, I believe, before we get a listen in. You can see the hinder come out there. It slows down the entire team, makes it so difficult for them to push in, and it just wastes so much time.
Nice kill. Good kill. Oh, yeah. Oh, one backside, one backside. Oh, God. It doesn't matter, both of us are here.
Try to retreat this Vandal.
I'm up A heaven. No, 55, I win. A heaven, 50, A heaven, Waylay.
Left side,
Left side, left side.
One enemy remaining.
Oh no.
What are these?
Come on, Sage. Okay, so what do I do?
Kill them all.
Oh,
Okay.
What do I do?
Oh, good time.
Hey. That's right. All right.
Okay.
We can do the same exact thing. We just need more people mid. Like maybe
We
one
trade each
A?
other out.
You know, sorry, valid question. What do I do? In that situation, it's a 1v the world. I mean, I would ask the same question too, just like how I had to think about my daily life.
Hey, I mean, I don't know exactly all the voices of all the players, but whoever responded in kind would just kill them all.
Kill them all.
They must be a disciple of Bren from VCT. Them on Platcha, I remember the clip of them going, it's a tactical shooter. You shoot them, they die. You shoot them, they die. At the end of the day, just when you don't know what to do, just try to shoot them.
Yeah, just kill him. Yeah, easy. Good, just be good. Nice paranoia coming out here, does not link, but beautiful clear out by both the stages here. Now we're looking into a bit of problem. Hika starting them off here with a great start. Information given. And now we have a problem. 3 players, 3 here, looking to find if there's anything they can really work around to this. They still pick back into the curtains just a little bit here. I'm not seeing anything that could really help them out.
It is a 4v4 here, so a very even. Actually, I think maybe we might have another visual glitch. It looks like there's 3 defenders, so it looks still pretty even on numbers between these two teams, which is why we're seeing a little bit more of a slow pace from this attack side, especially if they have no information. Waylay using that ability is going to give away their location towards B. And it looks like despite hearing them, the offense is going to push through anyway.
Aftershock as well, Investor here, the wall is kind of locking them off, but they've got an opening for this here. RC on the top here, almost making work here. Adrian returning a favor, and that's a spray, not enough. Cursey on the side, and finally, looks like the site is more or less clear. 1 jet remaining here, I think it's a kill. There it is. The thing is, we have to note, right, Soren, that on the board right now, Jarbros on double digits. Shiesty shooters still 1 point away, and this is what we're looking for, right? The lead that Jarbros needs to make it work.
Yeah, absolutely. They're looking to send us to game number 3. They're actually in a pretty good position. Like you said, getting to that double-digit marker of 10, they have the ultimate advantage. The Neural Theft is very close, so it doesn't look like Shiesty shooters are too far behind in that regard. But having the Blade Storm, the Into the Shadow, and the Res coming out from the Sage, all in their own pockets, is very, very good. Those are all, you know, ultimates that can completely turn around into the team's favor. So they're going to be in a pretty good position if they can cycle their ultimates. Rage finding that opening pick is also a really good first step.
I mean, to be fair, I feel like the only valuable ultimate right now would be the Resurrect. Because, I mean, you're going to save the Blade Storm when you lose, right? You're not going to just really drop it off here. So it's going to come down to whether they can get a pick, trade it off, get a revive on that, and make it work. Which they're starting it really strong right now. RC trading back here, that's the revive on Kirsten. RC comes back, and that's another revive on Sushi here. It looks like they're trading off, so they might be able to pick a play, but no, it looks like they need to force this reload here. That's just a weird spot for them. Right now, the player count is looking a little bit more even here. They do get one to Jarbros. means they have no healer on their side here. Mummy Sage is not on the field. And as they turn around here, it looks like Auntie Sage from the side of Shiesty shooters here tries to make a play of them. Going through it, nice paranoia, but they just wait it out. One more player back to the land here. They're running it back out. Jet wants to try and see if they can make anything work here. And Auntie Sage gets felled by Sushi. And this is going to be a big call here from below. Kirsten does get the 1 and the 2. That's the 5k on an ace on Kirsten. And now the point lead, 10 is 10. They lost their Resurrect as well, trading it back with the side of Shiesty shooters here. Resources are looking low, but 3 ultimates to their name.
Absolutely. And I mean, 10-10 is crazy. Shiesty Studers, despite being on the weaker side and being a little bit behind on ults, is not going to go down quietly. We see a replay come through here. Cursed finds the first one of the round, obviously gets the ace in the end. Coming up massive when their team needed them most, just running down the opponents and just putting so much pressure onto the back line. Just incredibly good place.
Starting it off here, there's the 3 somehow, some way. RT fighting is smart for that, beautifully done. And now they go into this knife war. What can I say? It really devolved, huh? We as species of humans, you know, if guns don't work, well, it's time to use our bare hands, right? Guns don't kill people, people kill people.
Oh god, even when all else fails, it becomes a knife fight over an A main. In the end, I mean, Jarbros are able to get the round 11-10 now. So again, you see yet another replay of the chaos that unfolds, that hinder, making it difficult for the Jet to take any ground. They push through onto site, and they're able to get the value as Jarbros continue to edge closer and closer to that map point and trying to take themselves to game 3.
Moving into that door, starting out strong. Yeah, getting in a lot earlier than before here for the corner. Ooh! This man, he's in the sewers, he's a knife rat, and he's trying to make a play. Sushi picking us up 1. And now, with his little bit of a bonus here, let's see if he can make a play coming out with his team out of this little super hole here. I don't think it's good. Zero Death popped in here, they have information, there's a paranoia coming in here. And that was 4 players coming out to Jaro Jaro. I mean, what a welcome. You know, I would like to have friends like that. Moving into that here, it looks like they do pick up a 3 blind. Moving into that side, 1 player left on here, locking it out, and looks like the rest of the team has kind of pinned it in. But Hiccup picking out herself for 1 more. The information for the last one standing. There's the pick. Artsy finishing off there. Cursed it with a shotgun, but nothing to his name. The last one here, gonna be Artsy. He does pick up for 1. He's in a great spot. Gotta wait a little bit though. Finding an opportunity. Where are you? Checks. No one in sight. Oh, there's the tag. There's the tag. He knows. He's gonna continue tagging. You gotta go out there. And now, opportunity behind you is gonna be a stage. Okay. Yeah, there it is. Behind what's useful.
I mean, a lot of damage in that 1v2 being dealt to themselves, very much that fall damage, as well as not, you know, properly clearing that first corner and taking that first shotty to the chest. So coming in at like 45 health, those last 2 defenders on site were just able to kind of sit back, even if they didn't get the, you know, fastest reaction time. Just 1 shot would have done it to pretty much any part of the body with that Phantom and Vandal. So pretty easy round there as the attack bring it 11-11. This is, again, typically a more one-sided map of the defense, but I don't think you would get that impression if this is the first time you're watching Split. It's a very close affair here.
I mean, it is quite literally called Split for a reason. Scorelines are split. I'll let that sink in for a bit here since you don't want to laugh at the joke, but moving into that here, they are leading a little bit more into A once again here. Have information 1 at the far end of the map here. That's going to be Sushi waiting for opportunity, but otherwise, I don't think there's really much you can do here other than to wait out for, you know, any ability or ultimate that they may have.
Okay. Smoke is going to keep that 1 attacker safe as they make their way up to Heaven. I don't know if they have the read. Heaven's been left wide open. They're gonna have a deep player.
Whoa! What was that? Going around, jiggling a knife around. Very dangerous. doing that. Sprays back here. Sushi gets one to Pierre. Players count remaining. 3-2 here as we do see Sage finding opportunity onto A again. Very insistent.
30
that
seconds
he's
left.
A main rather than a B sub. So as they move into that here, looking for something, anything, no information, has a Cypher onto the
Last
alcove
player
here who
standing.
has information for 2 now. And now it looks like
Hungry
Sage
to
is
die.
dangerously low here and full sense of security, gets knocked out. There it is. 12 points to 1.
Match point.
12 points to 11 rather. Jarbros are up a point. Match point here, Sorin. We're finally getting into it.
Alrighty, Jarbros just 1 round away, and notably, they're going to be feeling pretty good. I mean, they are going to be the ones with rifles still in hand. I mean, it was a full buyout, but it was mostly regen and light shields for the attack side last round, so not being able to win out does mean they're going to be in with a scattered buy here. That operator is definitely going to make this attack rethink what they were bringing into the round, and you see that come through as it's a very quick rotate towards mid.
There it is. Again, carpet rolled up for them with a slow orb. Bullets are spraying. Nothing. I think there's one in the here. I'm not too sure. It's a little bit rust free here, but take a look, slow and steady. Again, nothing coming in through. Sewer's looking clean. They're gonna go through the sewer pipes here and see if they can get anything from down and under. But right now, it looks like it's really empty. And their spike still in mid here. So it's kind of weird. The information for 2 here. The Paranoid comes in. A great start. There's the 1 pick. There's the 2 Sushi. Making it a hard buy here. You know, if you want to make a play on A, I think you should reconsider after that 2 kills here. Looks like Jarbros wants to reconsider. Hika onto Jaru here. Player count not looking too good. So all comes in here. They do pick it up. Hika again on the second
30
one. That's
seconds left.
most of the problems kind of settled here. Or left with a few more round back and forth here, set into a 1v1 situation
One
here.
enemy remaining.
Person will be the first to fall here. They do have a trade, but now otherwise it looks like Hika wants to make a play. He's gonna be
Last
stuck.
player
Sushi
standing.
getting nicked here and there here, but from the back here, Artsy covered his back. Hika's now down for the count. 2 players to 2
10
here.
seconds
They
left.
have the high ground, but it
Spike
looks like Lauf is gonna
No
set the
charges
punt. Sorin, it is gonna be a tough one here. 3 players wrapping around into this Sage. I'm not too sure if you love that or hate it.
Rage go find the killer too, and we'll be able to win out the round. It's just so happened that very often when Rage finds 1 or 2 kills, they tend to find a second and a third very often.
Cover going out.
Let's see if that really becomes the case when we into it. Starting out is the pistol round here. Tempo game is key. Getting that first means you might lead up into another 2 more wins here. They do see 1. No picks on the side here. Information for the Sheriff. Let's see if they can turn this around. Love onto Artsy. Moves up for 1. A great opening frag here as they have to take an opportunity to kind of play it a little bit slower. The thing is, they are going to side B here with 1 champion here moving in, and that is Jaru, hoping to get the site down and ready to go. First pickup here is going to be Rage, slowly becoming a killer once again. But this is the start of the onslaught. Let's see if you can start.
Spike planted.
Plant is going to go down. It's going to go down pretty safe as the defense was set up pretty well over on A. So they're going to have to make that rotate over. Notably, it is planted for long. So this is probably going to be and actually, no, they're going to be playing on site despite it being planted so deep.
Ooh. You see what I see? They've got information out here. There's no pickup. Let's around the corner here. That's the pick. That's the snipes. And they're clearing it up here. The shot bots on the Sushi. It's going to be a random stray through a wall here. Adrian as well going down the count. And Jaru pick it up for Love. 1-0 on the board here. Is this the first we've seen of Jarbros picking themselves up for the first win?
This might. I'm not as... I don't remember quite as well what happened typically on the second pistol rounds. I do know the entirety of game 1, both pistols went to Shiesty. Excuse me, no. Jarbros did win the first pistol round on the first map. So it's definitely not the first time they won a pistol, but this is the first time they won the first round. They have pretty consistently had a 2-1 start for this entire series. So immediately a change up, and we are seeing them bring in some more firepower as 4 rifles are actually going to be brought in.
going on here. Jarbros moving in very quickly here. It looks like they've got themselves situated into B here. A good posturing into it. They have their sights covered here. They have a random Astra just sitting down there. Unfortunately, just can't do anything with the opportunity here. There's the drone out. Information coming in just a bit here. Our drone, unfortunately, does get nicked out. They have information for one Sova, but that's about it. Corner is gonna be Shiesty here. That's the pick. They do pick up someone from the Bulldog here. Finding its mark here, snipping out the center of the chest like it is, but shot collared back into place here. It's Pierre locking it out. Now, let's see how he comes out of it here. Spectre for 2. Rage again, making it happen with a 3 kills in total here on this round.
Alrighty, for the, I mean, what, 5th time this series, the team that wins the pistol wins their 2nd round, so no big upsets coming in the anti-eco, but now, obviously, we are going to see a buy come through from Shiesty shooters. Notably, there's a little bit of investment, so it is going to be mostly regen and light shields, and even a pretty low buy. Adrian going to be rocking up with the Bulldog, so not even a full buy across the board. Notably, mostly Bulldogs on the side of Jarbros as well. So it's anyone's round, though. It is slightly in favor of the Shiesty shooters.
Right. Let's see if they actually take a bait here, though. That's a Bucky. They're holding it.
There.
Not seeing it. Come on. Jaro starting a plan. Maybe he'll get them to come in. No, we're not gonna see it, unfortunately, but they do have a punt down. He's starting out strong here. That's a spray. We do pick themselves up here. Nice start coming from the side of Shiesty shooters, making the waves here. 3 kills up on the board, 4-2. There's the port coming in here. They're not able to make anything work here as Law picks it up back on side. And right now, one player that's standing, Sushi, tries to make a play, does not get it. But on the back here, cursed it, returns the favor.
Alrighty, and yet again as well, the 3rd round is converted. The Vandals and the Phantoms were enough to close it out, but notably 2 did still fall. Pierre and Hika were felled there. So it's not going to be a perfect round for the shooters, but they're able to get a win on the board. They'll be able to take those rifles into this next round, and this is going to be the first full buyout. It's going to be at least full rifles across the board, and we're also going to get a listen in. So let's listen into these teams.
No noise there.
Fast B again. Fast B again.
Yep.
Smoking.
I'm gonna wall.
Stunning.
I don't know what to do.
Nice kill.
One more. That's it. That's it.
Spike planted.
Oh, fuck, I can't help you. Never mind, I can.
Flashing?
Holding window.
You guys have a car.
Last player standing.
This guy just shot at nothing and killed me.
2 side.
Can't do a shot. My bad.
Can somebody
They're just fast.
somebody fight something.
Why
Yep,
is it so
and that
cute?
was a how it goes, I guess, sorry. Making it out here like a bandit here with 3 rounds this time. I've never seen such a play before, but clearly they've got something going for them in that long break that we had here, and now Shiesty shooters are on the back foot.
They'd be feeling pretty good, and the Shiesty shooters there, we were listening into them, and they were very cool and collected, seemingly maybe a little bit of aggravation there, being filled, I believe, through smoke, but it does seem like they're still calming pretty well. So despite being on the back foot here early, definitely not down and out. So we do see aggressive yet again towards B.
Right, let's take a look at how this one plans out for themselves here. They are getting a good start, but it's not really enough for them, right? It's still 4 players that they have to deal with here. Information out here, the Owl Drone is down, they know where it is. He's moving around the boxes a lot. I don't like it here, but if the deadlocks lock them in place here, let's see if they can go in for it. No information detected here, they do get on to curse it. Artsy is looking a little bit proud of himself here, actually taking the kill now. They are able to start the plant. And this means that there's just one place here that's a little bit locked up here. I would not go up the ropes here, but
One enemy remaining.
feel free to be my guest here. Sushi's waiting for an opportunity here, holds the ground, waiting for it. It is a 1v4 situation. We have a lone Astra on the side of Pierre, who needs to turn around and make a play. Checks it, no information. I really don't like how this is turning. Oh, information given. Pierre, why are you going through this? You can walk another angle, come on. Checks around the corner, he knows where they are, waits for it, he has information, he sees it. Tries to make it, there's the nick, there it is, one pick on the RT here. Unfortunately, no finish off through the blind, and that's all she wrote. But a great try coming in from the side of Shiesty shooters here to nick their numbers and their econ just a little bit.
I actually do really like the macro from Jarbros as well. Toying with the tempo, obviously over the last couple of rounds, a lot of pressure over towards B. I mean, we even heard it during the listen-in, you know, fast B again. It keeps forcing these very quick rotates from this defensive side as they're trying to deal with the overwhelming pressure as the 5-man push onto B has come in round after round. Oh, hi, Jet. But that time around, they show signs towards B. They pull that rotation away, but the quick rotate back to A, it forces the rotation from the defense. But in the end, A is the final spot, which means by the time the attacker actually pushing onto the site, what is left over on A just gets decimated, and they just deal with everyone who's just slowly filtering back onto site. It's a really good means of playing with the tempo. It means that they are keeping Shiesty shooters on the back foot and keeping them uncomfortable, and that's the reason they're up 4-1. I'm not surprised to see a timeout come out early, because obviously 4-1 is not a round count these shooters are used to.
Right, I agree. I mean, as we take a look into their eyes here, definitely you can see the flare that comes into it and how they really want to make it play. Moving back to a little bit shy after we call them out. I agree with the camp ops here, giving us a good look into how they're thinking, the souls, the eyes are the windows to the soul, right? And I agree at how they look through that. Very confident and dominant. Want to finish this out here. Jarbros 4-1 in the scoreline. Cannot make a play as crazy as our camp ops today.
Already, multiple ultimates invested, including the dimension from the ISO.
Give me those back.
Last player standing.
Got him.
Ooh, rough. Knife. Little bit of knives out here, but not enough to send it around. I mean, there's a reason why you don't bring a knife to a gunfight here. This is a classic example. Like, we saw into the windows of their soul here. It looks like I was very wrong in the interpretation. But as we take a look at that bear right there, peeking around the corner. That's how we want Jarbros to be, you know, sneaky and cunning, wrapping around there. If we get a zoom in on that, that'd be great, right? But I think, sorry, the play comes from that bear right there. It's important to see and analyze.
Absolutely. We are going to get a replay here. Fresh off the timeout, the tactical minds over on the defense do end up converting. They make it a 3v1, and they're able to close out pretty comfortably. But we're already in. Hunter's Fury invested very early, does some damage, but doesn't find the kill.
Ooh, nice hit there, coming in here. Rich off the count here. Hunter's Fury reinvest back in here. What did I say? They need to be like the bear, sneaky and assured of what they do. But they start to make such a loud noise here, and it kind of doesn't feel like something that they can walk around with. Kind of wait for opportunity there. Right, look at that. He got set up for the corner here. He's just bit by bit. He got a little bit like a bear. There we go. Gets a little bit out here. Doesn't get confident and doesn't die just like that. So he's in a great position, waiting for it. See, he should have stayed in the corner. What did I say? Hika was in a great position when he's in the corner. He took a kill, but RC returns the favor. If he had stayed in the corner, he would have gotten so much more kills. Sorry, tell me my analysis is wrong. Tell me my analysis is wrong about the bear. That's
I'm not going to tell you your analysis is wrong about the bear, but I mean, Jarbros do what is needed to get themselves back on the board. That's honestly probably perfect for them. I mean, if they allowed 2 rounds to get picked up in a row for Shiesty shooters, it would have given them a little bit of momentum, a little bit of a kick in the butt, you could say, to get themselves back into this game. But being able to subvert that, pick up that round, put Shiesty shooters back into an uncomfortable spot, is even though they are able to convert off of that timeout, now they have to bring in something new. Because obviously, whatever they brought in last round, or the round previous, did not work last round as well.
maybe they should bring in the bear strat. I mean, I've been saying it, right? We looked into everything they have, and the bear is still alive after all these rounds on the map. The map, if you take a look, you'll see the bear is still there for 8 rounds now, right? Going into it though, we are gonna see them pull back into a more favorable position. Don't want to overcommit here, but of course, as I open my mouth, Jaro gets picked up by Pierre.
That is going to be rough. There's the Sentinel going down. That's a lot of
Like a bear, like a
flanking
bear.
potential.
What did I say? It is the ultimate strategy on Abyss. You know what? Maybe I've been blind with it all this time. See, Rage from the corner here. He picks out like a bear. Like a bear! Wait, watch. If he turns to the right here, he knows. Like a corner, in the corner. Just peek it out a little bit. Oh, you're too open! You're too open! You are so dangerously close.
30 seconds left.
Going on an ace here. That's a 4K so far. He's going to be hunting for this.
Like a
or
bear.
Rage is going to be,
Like
excuse
a
me.
bear. The corner. Beautiful corner like a bear. What did I say? That's a beautiful ace from Rage. I cannot believe my eyes. I thought the plan was we were going to make a Rage stat set, but I guess that was not the plan for the side of Shiesty shooters.
Yeah, and we're going to get a replay of that ace. I mean, Rage, we talked about how important they were. And if they go ham, how difficult it is to keep this team down. Picking up an ace is certainly a statement here as they continue to be a nuisance for Shiesty shooters. 16-5-1 now.
Let's take a look at how this pans out here. Sure, the bear has passed on his teachings well onto Rage, but the question is, can he pass it on to the rest of his team here? And can they continue to make this lead? Or will Shiesty shooters pick it up on it first? 6-2 is the scoreline. They're looking a little bit rough on the edges, but surely and slowly they'll make it work here. Flicks here through the wall in the frustration, but I'm not seeing anything that could really harm them yet. Oh, I just want to know as well, Curse It has a 6-7 on the board here. As we do see RT hit on the Hika here, it's a little bit rough. I'm not too sure how they're going to play this out here. Rage through the wall here on the Pierce, and now it's going to be a little bit rough for them. Starts the fun. It looks like they've got a break started.
Low buy round for the shooters here. Definitely just trying to find some damage, but gonna be a little bit.
Like a bear. There we go. Jaro. Still on the board here. Sai still on the board. We are seeing Sushi as well. Curse It wants an opportunity around here. I think it's just best to grab picks right now, right? You have a sheriff. You have a gun that can work. Information given. Oh! Vice is giving them all the information they need here. As the pick turn around the corner, not picking it up, unfortunately here. Tries all his might. Tries it for it, and unfortunately for them, there's a spike going off. I don't think it picks anyone. Yeah.
Unfortunately not. I mean, was trying to go for an exit frag there, and even though they weren't able to find Sai, just holding that angle, they probably could have, kept Sai tucked away into that corner long enough to allow the spike to get the kill, but in the end, they're not able to do so as there is a second player to hold their back. And in the end, that is going to be another round for this attacking side. This is, again, an attacking side at map. This is exactly what we expected from Jarbros, but every round they win, they get closer towards that, very strong advantage. The best that Shiesty shooters can do is 7-5 now. So every round win after this for Jarbros is another massive boon for them as they close the window, that runway that we talked about so much in map number 1 to allow Shiesty shooters to get back once they're on the attacking side.
Right. So I guess with that analysis in mind, let's see how they play this out here. They have the information, they come up at it, nicely done here, but RC gets knocked out of his place, then well, that's one player down. A great start to Shiesty shooters. Reign of Terror returning here. 7-2 on the board. They're hoping to make it a little bit more even moving into the next round. So let's see if it's 7-3 here. 50 seconds on the clock. It's time to make a play. If it's going to be a rotate, it has to be now. Otherwise, it looks like they have to commit into a site after the 30-second mark here. They're playing it slow though. The discipline is there. The action isn't.
Absolutely not. Yeah, this defense being so well disciplined, just holding angles, every means of entry onto either of the sites being watched. And now with the numbers advantage so firmly in favor of this defense, I mean, Jarbros have to reassess. It might just be a save angle, though they are pretty wealthy. But with only 12 seconds left on the clock, I don't know if
10
it's worth
seconds
the
left.
attempt to get the spike down.
I don't want to be a walking ultimate orb if I were in that position here. Look at the amount of resources that they have here. I feel like it's just wrong. You know, if you get kills, great, but I wouldn't force it, right? They got there with one, Cursey with another. Cursey gets another ultimate point for his 100's Fury. And again, like I said, I did not want to see a walking ultimate orb here, and this is exactly why.
There, honestly, if I'm the Omen, just stick the plant. You're in the smoke. You're pretty much already at halfway. I don't know if they would expect that swing out, which, yeah, you could have gotten a kill, but you get that plant down, get you an ultimate point, and I guess never mind, Sushi's already at ult, so it doesn't really matter either way. So, yeah, I guess that does make total sense. Swing out, just try to find the kill, do a little bit of economy damage. But, again, even though they lose out that round, 7-3, the round count, still pretty good for Shiesty shooters. But the economy is so strong for Jarbros that even with that round loss, they're feeling good.
Right. So, I guess 7-3 on the board here. Let's see how they play this one out. Corner. Our drone given, they know where he is here. He's spraying, does not nick him, unfortunately. It's a little bit sad considering he knew it was behind the box. There's a check.
Again, a lot of discipline for this defense. They are playing super deep.
Jaro. Punished. Sai returning the favor on the pier. One for the side, going into Jarbros. Let's see if they can make it work from here. Waiting for an opportunity. A nice lineup, but did not hit all four. I think they at least took a 2 information given for the trash. Now let's see if they can turn this one back into their favor. Sushi for 1, Sushi for 2. Hika returning for 1, Love is 1 as well. That is a 2 for 2 trade as of right now. As we do see, it's time to play the game. You see a 1v1 scenario. Hika gets onto Rage, and of course, Artsy onto Lull. It's Hika versus the rest of the team here. Jaro and Artsy, they do get the pick down here. Hika one more, and there it is, a 4K. I don't think he has enough time. He's gonna try and stick this one. I think that's it. Yeah, he's gonna take a run for it. And I mean, they get the round win. It's very messy, but they get the round win. I mean, Hika, with those double taps, keeping the ISO alive really does bring out and show the true value of ISO on that contact duelist. Right.
Able to find so much value off those 2 double taps. But unfortunately, timing just not in their favor means that it is going to be 8-3. We're in the final round of the half now. I think a 9-3 half would be very, very good for Jarbros. I think they'll be very content with that. Well, meanwhile, if they can get 8-4, Shiesty shooters, I think, would also be thrilled. Because again, they're finally, for the first time this series, starting on the weaker half. So 8-4 going into a strong side, they'd be content with that.
And mind you, Jaro now is on 7-6. Scoreline. As we move into that, now we are seeing an opportunity for them to make a play here. There's the first pick up, starting it off strong against Artsy here. Now they have the numbers advantage moving into it here. Shiesty shooters wants to make this at 8-4, like you said here. They want to give themselves a little bit more of a lead moving into this, especially sitting down the weak side. Once they're turning around, easier said than done. But they are on 4-2 now. Let's see if the player counts matters here. Yeah, wraps around here with a classic and some dream. Not really sure what the plan is here, but they have ultimates to spare. They could burn it out here and see if they can put them in an unfavorable position.
Numbers advantage firmly in the hand of the shooters. They're playing super aggressive here, waiting to see if there's a re-peek, and it looks like that is going to be the case. Sai gives away their location with those shots. But with 30 seconds left on the clock, that's going to mean that if they don't see anything like the next 10 seconds, this defense can expect a push on to B. And they're still holding pretty strong over on A, but expect to see that quick rotate here, especially as Deadlock is almost certainly going to hit a rotate. Yep, there we go. Full rotate coming their way.
Right, bit by bit. Looking around here, Sai, last player standing against their entire army of 4. They do stick the plant, which means they do get an ult orb here. There's the dart bouncing across. They don't get any information yet. Know where Sova is though, and there it is.
Yeah. I I hesitate to call easy, but it certainly looked easy for the shooters as they just dismantle the attacking side of Jarbros, finally getting a good grasp of the attacking strategy towards the end there. But in the end, it's still going to be an 8-4 half. Jarbros not going to be disappointed, but I mean, 9-3 would have looked nice to be going into, but they're going to be swapping over to the defensive side. Just 5 rounds needed to close out the map in the series for them. Meanwhile, Shiesty's shooters are going to be in a pretty interesting position. They kind of need to win this pistol. If they win this pistol, they almost certainly win the eco. They'll be feeling pretty good. They'll be within 2 rounds. They'll be feeling great. And as we are in a very important round for them, we are going to be getting a listen in to the shooters. So let's hear what they have to say for this upcoming round.
Just hold. I think she's gonna try to walk up.
Yep. Started mid.
Started mid.
You know, I hope Sushi gets 1 more kill, by the way.
Almost broke mid.
Yeah, well, walk down mid.
Oh, they walked down mid. We,
Yep.
I think we have to.
He's speed it back. He's speed it back.
You burn fucking dash.
And slow.
He's running me down. The fuck? Just gotta go.
No, A main's clear.
So, wait, are we popping it or what's the plan?
Yeah, we're gonna have to.
Yeah. Just wait for.
Yeah, we're all. Yeah. I'm speeding up. Just get
Yeah.
dark
Ready?
drill in a second.
Elevator's over there.
It's fine. Darting?
Be fast. Yeah. Go together.
Backside.
Blind. Dead.
Nice.
Fingers guy. Dead. Smoke down. Smoke down CT. But I walled it. I can't break that. CT.
We're good. We're good. What happened? What happened?
Red side. Stop.
Enemy
Fuck.
Good shit. 1v4.
90.
1v3. Here we go. Yo, every round, make it our job to get that wall activated before anything. If he's out of that wall, he's fucked. That's the only reason.
Yeah, a little bit buggy on the UI again, but I think it's very clear to see who won that, right? 5 players down for the count here. We came back around here, and looks like 8-4 is your scoreline moving in round 13.
Actually, I believe it's supposed to be 8-5. They were 8-4 was the half.
8-5,
So
yes, it's tough.
that is a wonderful start for the Shiesty shooters. That's exactly what
There we
needed
go.
to happen, as it gives them a little bit of breathing room. Because again, they're going to be able to buy into this next round. As we can see, it does look like they did buy a couple of rifles, so they should be able to convert this. As statistically, teams have been doing so.
Right. Moving into it, though, it's going to be interesting how they pan this one out. Like these shooters having an advantage into this here, having won the first round of the half. You know, it's going to be tough if they mess this up here. I don't really think they can afford that. So let's see. It's going to be a little bit slower.
Multiple rifles were invested. That does look like there was a Vandal and a Guardian. Meanwhile, 2 Spectres as well. So pretty heavy investment from this attacking side. But in the end, it is. Never mind, it is a 5v4, so they have the numbers advantage.
I like you call the numbers, Kurt. My favorite thing to call. Adrian down 1 onto Jaro. They start the plan. I think they're going to get this, which means technically this is a retake situation. They're going to be playing a little slower. That's the pickup here. Pierre onto 1 with the Guardian. And now it's going to be a tough spot for them. Adrian picking it up onto Sushi here with a nice nice Sheriff here to the dome. And right now it's looking to be a one-man dream against the 5. Happened before, able to make some amazing things with a triple, but again, it's reach range, right? Could be a 1-5. Let's see if this happens.
Yeah, has to make some magic happen.
Flawless.
Oh no.
Nope.
Yep, that's the pickup.
Hey, at least we got a nice angle of them being shot off the bridge and into oblivion.
Yeah, someone can remove our voices and just show, play a song like "Who Can That Say?"
Yeah. almost a
can do
silent fill.
Oh, this is a great
time
timeout
out.
here.
Alrighty, I'm intrigued. I don't know if I can see who called that time out. It is
I believe
8 to
it'll be
6.
Shiesty.
Okay, it's gonna be Jarbros, which does make sense.
They were
They
losing, right?
are kind of on the back foot now, having lost both the pistol and the bonus. This is a very important round, obviously, or excuse me, the pistol and the anti-eco. The bonus, if they can win this and then win the
Right.
next round, so they can convert that first full buy, they'll be in a much better spot. They'll be on that 10-point marker. They're going to be at the double digits. But if they lose this, they won't be able to really buy into the next round, and then suddenly it's 8 to 8. So this is one of those pivotal rounds that are must win. It's practically, again, they're going to be super ahead in terms of firepower with the full buy practically. But I'd imagine this is almost them planning on what they want to bring into this round and how they want to play it, so they have the most options available for them bringing it into the next round. So this is a little preemptive, but I like the idea of it. And Jarbros, this is kind of, I don't want to call it make or break, but it definitely feels like it. This is a must-win round for them.
100%, right? Like, if they want to stop tempo here, this would technically set them up for success winning this round. Now it's technically the bonus for Jarbros here to actually like take away from them. So hoping to see if that can happen here, but Shiesty Shooters has shown dominance in this half now, and so 2 rounds in the back here, they can make a third happen very easily. Disciplined here, no one wants to push up. I like how it's going. They do have a smoke there to see if they can dissuade them. The hour drone is not affected though, but no information given, I believe. Going and petering out just like that. They are very spread here. I think they're feeling A, right? Like they're leaning towards it.
Yeah, I mean, Spike already sitting outside definitely does make me think that A is going to be the final destination. But they're pretty far forward in mid. They could always make that quick rotate. But with 40 seconds left on the clock, oh, they're going to find Psy. Yeah, bye-bye. That's going to actually stall out the push a little bit here, as there's no exact follow-up, but with less than 30 seconds, they just not a lot of time. They kind of have to hit A.
Ultimate ready.
Ooh. Starting it off here. Getting their hold onto this. Time is counting down. Love starts to plant here. Definitely a good call. I mean, they don't want to lose this timer. There it is. 8-6. It's time for a retake situation here. It is going to be Rage, who is so far behind though. So I don't know if this is an advantage for him. He needs to play with his team. But Sushi makes it easy pickings for him. Now it's a 1v2 situation. There's a smoke. Then Invasion through the smoke. There's the 1. There's the 2, baby. Holy moly. Curse it on the double there to clean up house. Somehow, someway, Jarbros kind of just choked there.
Okay. That is maybe worst possible scenario for Jarbros, as that means that the Shiesty Shooters are now within 1. We are going to get a replay of how that unfolded. Obviously, Psy being the first one to be found there. Fortunately, Guardian Shot just goes a little bit wide. It's looking pretty good for the attack side until it's not. Sushi, with that spray transfer, comes up massive when it is needed most. The Shiesty Shooters are able to close out that round.
What can I say, right? Like, that was really, I would say, the playmate. Right now, if you look, it's definitely going to be a little bit awkward in terms of how they want to play this out. Don't have the greatest of weapons here. They do have the utility to try and make something work. But it's going to be a tough one. 8-7 on the board here. Jarbros, if it's any time to lock in, it's time to start locking back in now. Right? So he's back corner here, trying to get some information with his team or even a pick. Curse it, not letting it happen.
They're going to employ some pack tactics here. I mean, with pistols in hand, the best thing to do is to kind of just run as an opponent, as a whole team at your opponents. Numbers advantage and all that, but it's spike down, makes it very difficult.
Last player standing.
You got for 2, because for 1. You got for 3, 8 is to 8. Jarbros and Shiesty Shooters is 8 all now. Keep it up and they're going to be having a beautiful day indeed.
I mean, the plan always in that circumstance is to just kind of rush down one means of entry, whether that's mid or one of the mains, and just hope that you find one player off on their own, someone trying to flank. And they do kind of, but luckily for the Shiesty shooters, they have two in the back, so that pack tactics isn't very valuable. We do now have a listen-in with Jarbros.
No promises.
Just 2 main.
Grabbing orb.
Joining B. Joining B.
Wanna keep peeking that? I'm blind.
No, that's fine. After the smoke fades, I'm gonna back up. Yo, they have no smokes. Can we just play
Mid.
sites?
They're going to be.
Grabbing orb B.
They have no smokes.
Anchor.
Coming
anchor.
B. Coming B. Coming B.
You saw me.
Yeah, you rotate.
Yeah.
Oh, 120. Nice.
Hitting the brakes.
Backside.
40 backside.
Backside.
Both. I think.
Spike planted.
They're gonna play for ult.
One enemy remaining.
Right under.
Oh god. He's gonna
Play
pick you
together.
here.
Play
No, you two. Don't
Hey,
stop running up with you two like that when it's like that.
Obvi.
It's very bad. Very bad.
You gotta keep your gun outside.
Wow, hearing that, I mean, sorry, they are correcting mistakes as it goes along. I like the aggression they got away with Cursed getting a 5. I am really liking how they try to make plays here and actually improve on what they can do here. They're calling it out ASAP. As a team, you're looking to improve where you can, and even in-game, that works.
Yeah, I mean, we're going to get a bit of a replay there. Cursed
Beautiful.
for Shiesty shooters gets
Last player
the full
standing.
ace,
Hey.
hitting on site and just absolutely demolishes everyone. Round's already started.
Ooh, not a great start there. Cursed, the 5k man, going down early on. You don't want to see that from your top frag. But as we go into it here though, maybe they can make something happen from this. Jarbros looking to put themselves back on the board here. 8-9 scoreline. They could push them back up to a 9-9 here. But it's gonna start coming down to this. By bit. RC jiggles. Does stick a few bullets there. Nicely done. They spray, but nothing is locking in. There's a nice shot there, but it's not enough to get a kill. And unfortunately for that, it looks like we have our little
Spike
buddy
planted.
setting up on the plant here. Now we gotta play long for this one.
Just sitting up top.
Enemy
Don't really
remaining.
even spot it. There we go. Pierre
You
does
had to say
eventually
it.
find him. I cast a curse. I'm the cast a
cast
curse,
it.
Pierre. Then closing it out. Yeah, I mean, the attack side just doing so good there to deal with being a man down. I mean, that defense, I actually really like the strategy of it. They immediately pop the convergence. They pop in and do what they've been doing so well, especially with Artsy, popping in, finding a single kill, and then pulling back. But the retake was just so strong. We do
enemy
now
remaining.
see a bit of a replay, the final moments there. Pierre coming up big when needed most with the 3K. Just exactly the mid-rounding from the Shiesty shooters just has been so valuable.
I mean, you see the passive play of the push there just now, right? Still alive, even though it's been 19 rounds, right? This is exactly how you want to move into the games now as Jarbros. You want to play a little slower, wait it out. Kick out on the first one here, gets next into Artsy. Now they gotta wait. See, Sai getting the pick here because they had to move to them. The other defenders, they can play passive, wait for opportunity. There's the pickup. Unfortunately, they were reloading. It's a little bit tough. But if Jarbro plays and postures a bit more defensively, I think this could be theirs for the taking. Shiesty shooters
Spike
getting their way into this
enemy
here.
remaining.
There's the pick on the back here. See, Rage was actually waiting already. Playing passive, didn't get killed early, and they make it out. We need to see more of these cam outs going into these places so they can show the strategy. I agree.
I mean, I said at the start of the game, if you let Rage run wild, it becomes a scary proposition. Shiesty Shooters doing exactly what they need to do. The mid-rounding is so clear. They're dealing with that early aggression from Jarbros, but in the end, a singular flank and a 3K from Rage brings them to the victory. We're going to see a replay of that final moment. There we go. Makes it 2, makes it 3 with the side shot. Rage is just a monster to deal with, sitting at 26-14-1, by the way, and was 10 more kills than the second top frag.
Nicely done. Rage making a play there, starting it off. Again, passive, waits for them to come out and then gets the kill. He's already positioned, waiting. Let's wait for it. No information on the drone. It's a little rough. See how they
That's
turn this around.
actually incorrect there. They're closer to almost 20 more kills than the next, just 4 kills away from reaching that marker. So yeah, Rage. I hesitate to say carry, but it is very top heavy over for Jarbros. Rage keeping them in this game. A lot of pressure being put onto their shoulders.
You heard it. You heard it. They just need to wait for it. Remember, they have to answer. Play defensive like the Plush. The Plush has been alive for 19 rounds and counting.
Much slower. I mean,
I like that
we've
much
been,
slower.
we've been seeing very good mid-rounding
30 seconds
here, but Shiesty Shooters not known for playing this slow. Time is ticking. Less than 30 seconds on the clock for them to get this spike down.
Obscuring, blocking vision.
Wiped it. Yeah, forced to move in. Unfortunately, here they lose their advantage. Rage gets a double, and of course, Adrian comes in, but they get a triple now. It's a 4K moving into it, and a 5 potentially, but he's on 5 HP. I don't know if you really want to force this. There's no reason to force this. 6 bullets in the chamber. They're chasing for it.
So, that's, what is that? 8 kills in the last 2 rounds? 8, 9, one of the two. That's a lot. Rage, realizing that their team is starting to fall behind, has now gone absolutely crazy. Now just breaking the 30 kill threshold. The next highest in the lobby is just now getting past 20. So Rage being the tip of the spear here for Jarbros, kind of playing off the early aggression from Artsy. It has just been super, super effective, and it seems like Shiesty Shooters are actually being a little bit more hesitant to take these fights.
I mean, fair enough, right? Again, Shiesty Shooters are the ones that have to play aggressive. They need to go in here. It is on Jarbros to punish them as the defenders, and they are doing fine now. I mean, ever since we saw the plushie, finally it's happening.
Again, massive slowdown here from the attacking side. Rage going crazy as they have been. It's kind of forcing the shooters into a bit of an awkward position where they have to reassess how they want to play. And I think it's taking them a little bit of time to adjust, as we say the defense trying to waste a little bit of time. And you had it right. It's on the attack side to push this. The defense is super happy to play this poking and prodding game where the attack doesn't take too much space. We have 40 seconds left, and they're still pretty indecisive of where the spike wants to go. It's still sitting back towards spawn.
Right. Taking a look at how this can pan out for them. Again, if they're gonna keep playing defensive, yes, 100%, Jarbros has the advantage, like I said, right? It is on the onus of Shiesty Shooters to move in to make a play. Moving in for that here, that's the shot guard comes in here. Finally, it looks like they position themselves early on at the front, which is great. I guess the first pick we go into this here, it is a 4v5 situation. Let's see how they turn this around. That's the first one coming in for Sushi, but first it returns the favor. It's going in a little bit now, and round 21, looking spicy. They got the spike down, information given, Pierre finishing it off, and now it looks like the retake situation is finally theirs to claim. 10 is to 11 now. What did I say about playing passive and defensive? They were sitting down there waiting for their kills, and it worked out.
I mean, They're able to close out the round. It's a little sketchy. I even said time there. I think they were at 10 seconds before the Gecko let Wingman go and plant a spike. And very scarily, I don't know if you saw the shock dart, the first one, did actually make contact and deal damage to Wingman, but it takes 2 to kill him. So if Sova just invested both shock darts, that might have been a win for the defense, pure solely on time. So Shiesty get the win, but they're playing on a knife's edge.
Right, going into that. Knives are out here. The Blade Storm activated. It is technically one touch of death. But will these knives land is going to be the starting problem we have. Our drone out and... Hey, wait a minute! This man has his knives out! I don't want to be there! Very well said by the Hour Drone here. I love how they're going to get this information out knowing they put the ultimate. And right now, it's just going to be a weird spot for them. Goes in for it. Hika gets the one. Artsy pushing in again. Like I said, passive. Don't have to force it. Hika on 2 now. Very bad start going into this game. Jarbros wants to make a finish here. Well, they're giving themselves the finish. It's just not going to be finishing with Jarwin.
Yeah, and 40 seconds on the clock. That sheer wall is going to prevent them from making entry. Sushi comes on 2.
Okay. Few nicks here and there, unfortunately. There it is. 10-12 the scoreline now. And again, I emphasize this with Jarbros. They have to play. It's not even a joke about the push anymore. It's just genuinely, if they do actually sit down there like the bear now. See, he's been in this cage in this aquarium for so long. Sorry, it's round 23. The bear is still here. The bear must be doing something right.
The Bear's preparing for a game on Pearl. That's what the Bear's doing right now. It's getting used to that aquatic weather. But we are on match point. Shiesty Shooters just 1 round away. The rampage of rage seems oh so long ago, even though it's only been a handful of rounds. And what was looking so good for Jarbros has been undercut, as now they need to be flawless if they want to take this to overtime. And overtime is the only means of getting themselves a series win here.
Right.
Shiesty Shooters,
If
again,
anything,
very passive
yeah.
for these opening seconds.
Valid point. I mean, they have to play passive, right? Again, it is on the owners of Shiesty Shooters to move in and take the damage, the brunt of it for information. And again, like I said, Jarbros, they need to play slow, right? See, okay, look, information given, they know they're pushing in. Everyone rotating together and hold the point before they can actually set it up. No information given, they're great. Now they just need to sit and wait passively for their kills. No one pushed in. That's the best part. No one pushed in.
Okay.
Bit by bit, inching in.
There looks like there's some expectation that there's a quick rotate, but they are going to go down. And they're actually going to Wingman plant it, so they're going to be playing off-site. This is going to be a hold from off-site. It's risky business, but they've been pretty successful so far.
Oh, 1 hit, 2 hit, 3. Not good. Rage is down the count now. It's their top fragger. They still have Sushi and Artsy, who's been doing well. Sushi picking on the 1. Information given. The divide is out as well, so technically not the worst thing in the world to just force the defuse here. Oh, that's strong. Information given. Artsy starting to get strong. And there it is. Now it's 1 man remaining in a dream. Oh no! There's the containment. There's the lock. And say la vie. Hello, friend. Goodbye, friend.
Attackers win.